Sheriff, we got a lot to talk about.
I am not an animal!
Dad, I'm thirsty. I want a beer. What about you? You want a beer?
The ice is gonna break! I am not a human being! I am an animal!
And I'm sorry you can't do this. I really am, because I wouldn't have to fucking sit here and watch you fumble around and fuck it up.
I am Shiva, the god of death.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
But for me, it was Tuesday.
And you have meddled with the primal forces of nature. And you will atone.
What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to yet another edition of 3 for 3. I am your host this week, Mr. Jackson Workman, and I am joined, as always, as I have been for the past year, by my two good chums, Mr. Matthew Patterson and Mr. Samuel Holler, who is waiting to surprise us with a bit any second now, I'm sure.
Yeah, at some point.
Oh my god!
See, I just got done writing a play of sorts that y'all will witness upon later this episode. But you have now seen me coming in to say hello. And I will keep it at that mystery. And I hope this is a good 3 for 3. We'll find out.
Well, guys, this is a big one. This will likely be our biggest one yet, because this is no ordinary episode of 3 for 3. This is the 1 year anniversary special of 3 for 3.
Big one.
So, boys, we made it a whole year. Cheers. Don't have anything as usual, but I'll cheers to that. Can you guys believe?
I asked my fraternity brother what I should drink for tonight, and he was like, drink a Mickey's. And I was like, oh, okay. And found a 40 ounce.
Hey, just like one of the homeless people outside of what was the fucking gas station with the subway?
Mart. Oh, no. I know what you're talking about. That was
the ones that would always ask you for
great stops.
Great, yep.
But now it's refuel.
But guys, can you believe that we've made it a whole year on this show and almost 2 seasons?
Not at all. I thought one of us was going to kill one another, and you almost killed me, Jackson. And
I think we all, yeah.
God, I lived.
Yes, I did almost kill you. Matt almost indirectly killed me with a few of his picks. And speaking of which, the season 2 finale probably will kill me, so let's just celebrate. We won't be making it to 2 years because I'm going to be dead by then. There's no question about it. But for now,
we'll be doing it with Jackson's corpse.
Say what?
So we'll be doing it with your corpse.
Oh, okay. Sam's going to find a way to drive up here and position my corpse in this chair. Exactly right.
We figured it out.
You'll have to install a Rube Goldberg device you press a button and it just puppeteers me to hit the button every week.
We have AI cloning your voice as we speak.
Oh, okay, you bastards.
I should have known. I'll find the footage and send it to y'all, but we definitely talk about how we would position your body on a couch if you were to be murdered by both of us.
Yeah, we talked about that in the comment episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
The first of many callbacks that we will see this episode. But yes, so for this week's episode, we decided to pick not just 3 movies, but our 3 favorite movies ever. Each of us picked our favorite this week with kind of an asterisk on Matt's.
Yeah, asterisk. Probably movie I've seen the most, dead ass for sure.
Yeah, one of your favorites, the one you've seen the most. I know for a fact this isn't your absolute favorite movie, but for Sam and I, it definitely is. And so either way, these are 3 films that are beloved to us. So I think we should go ahead and start with, since Sam already referenced it, let's go ahead and start with our first pick, Synecdoche, New York. Take it away, good sir.
just imagine, if you will, picture this. As any good playwright does, you aim to make a masterpiece. And what do we get with the culmination of Charlie Kaufman and myself, the late Philip Seymour Hoffman, sixth appearance, possibly seventh on the
A record 6 appearance.
Wonderful. But just picture this. You're going to give yourself up for your art. So much so that your art is going to swallow you whole. And then in turn, swallow your life whole. So you try to reclaim your life by creating a new world within your art. And then that art, once again, becomes reality. And that is where we are thrusted deep into the psyche of Philip Seymour Hoffman's character, aka Charlie Kaufman, because he is always a character in his stuff. But what you don't expect is the most insane, batshit fucking goddamn loop that you get stuck in. That is the most truest thing that I have ever felt as a creative artist of any kind of force. And you are on a journey to see it to the end. Whether you die before your time, we don't know. Maybe you had already passed from the get-go. They said you only had weeks, but then a day turned into 7 days, which turned into 17 years, which then turned into 43 years, and you're still kicking. Why? Only way to find out is to hire some people to study you and pretend to be you and then become you. And then have the people become them who were them before becoming you. And that's what this movie is, folks. A jumbled fucking goddamn mess that is called life. And I will let y'all have it. This movie I've seen 3 times now. I don't know when I'll ever watch it again because it just roots itself so deeply into your soul. And yeah. And yeah. I am Dawned, but you won't know that because I am really the person who is shadowing Tom Noonan, not Philip Seymour Hoffman. And so the shadow's shadow.
You're the shadow. Wow. The darkest shadow.
The darkest shadow.
Shadowception.
Alec Baldwin's in there somewhere.
I'm picking that for season 3. Just you wait. So Matt, what did you think?
So this is my second time seeing it. The first time I saw it was like 2018, maybe 2017 at Noah's house. I was just walked in, he threw it on. I wasn't expecting what it was, and I was fucked up that day, but it got to me to the point where it like you said, Sam, it was ingrained in my skull. I feel like I did not want to watch it ever again almost because it was like hit me so hard. Then here we go. Seeing it again this time was actually 10 times better. Having the first watch already in my already done. I got to notice a lot more that he was doing doing this time around. But like the first time, everyone's performance is fucking great. It's so fucked up what happens to his fucking kid. Like, Jesus, you're just like, take her away from them. But also, you know what? I'd like to go to Berlin with Olive. Club afters. I bet it would be lit.
Even anyway. With Jennifer Jason Leigh?
Especially with Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Especially with Catherine Keener.
And both of them. Getting stoned. Yep. And fucking Diane Wiest, when she takes over for that 1 minute, or that bit, and he just steps back. I was like, that's so, I was like, fuck.
She's technically in my brain, even though she is the Shadow's shadow, I think she becomes the OG Shadow due to sheer dedication of performance and deep connection to his actual life and his wife and all sorts of stuff. And I do want to know if y'all think that was really a painting of him, not her. But I don't know if y'all are knowing what I'm talking about.
I don't know which part.
He goes to her gallery a couple times and is looking at the images of the people in his life, and it's the image of her like naked, and that's kind of like what leads him to see himself. And so I just feel like
I like vaguely remember that, not really. So
oh,
I would have to see it again to know.
weird.
It's a lot going on,
A lot is
especially
going on.
it's really fucked up when they're like, it's been 17 years. When are we gonna get an audience in here?
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, it's like, yeah, damn. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I really liked it this time around. And I will leave it at that for now until I will let Jackson take it away.
So yeah, boy, this one was interesting. It's funny because this was a movie I'd always been very curious about seeing, and I didn't know that much about what it was actually about. Like, all I knew is he, like, builds New York in a warehouse, and even then I didn't know what that meant. Like, I didn't expect him to literally recreate New York City that detailed. Like that was like that took me way off guard. I was like, whoa, okay, he's really building a city in here. And so it was kind of just it was fun, just kind of like going in fairly blind and not really knowing what it was going to be about and just going along for the journey. And then what I found out, because it's funny that you picked this now, Sam, of all times, and I wonder if this has anything to do with it. Charlie Kaufman, about a week ago, did an interview where he said he was very proud of this movie, but that it destroyed his career pretty much. He was like, yeah, that movie fucking hurt me a lot. And then I read into it, and what I didn't know was that apparently when this movie came out, it was extremely polarizing, and apparently remains so and among certain people. A lot of people thought it was a masterpiece. A lot of people thought it was a self-indulgent mess, and I'm just like, interesting. So watching it myself, I am very much in the middle about it. I am very much like, okay, there are parts of this that I love and I'm very invested in, and there are parts where I'm like, okay, you're take these swings you're taking are a little too big and a little too self-indulgent, but like, so I'm kind of in the middle, have very mixed feelings, and I'm looking forward to Sam, since it's your pick and it's your favorite movie, you in particular, kind of explaining why it is that you love it so much. I'm thinking maybe that'll like get me to understand it a bit better because it's a lot, and that's another thing I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting it to be that goddamn much either. I should have with Charlie Kaufman, but you know, it was like fuck. Wow, I see why this was so divisive because it's just a lot going on. But yeah. So those are just my basic thoughts off the top.
Okay, well, to kind of answer your question, the first time I saw it was a similar, very similar story of Matt's of walking into Noah's house and not knowing what to watch. We watched The Master together. We watched a couple other things, and then this was one of them. And I've loved the movie for a whole different reason. I thought it was very trippy. I thought I loved the performances, and I never really seen anything done that way. But each time I've revisited this movie in my life, I have slowly grown closer and closer to realizing what I want to do with my music and everything. And it just, I really connect with his desire to not hurt the people around him. But no matter what happens, you affect the people around you and they affect you. And that in turn affects other people. And just that it's simple and it's call it what you will, but I feel like that kind of honesty within the storytelling is something that is not stated. It just is the events that are unfolding, but is something that holds strong throughout the whole thing. And there's no beginning or end in any kind of aspect of this movie. And it's all just another chapter and another understanding of who you are, where you are, why you want to be where you want to go. And I don't know. It makes me very sad. Like this movie makes me very depressed because there's a lot that just doesn't go right in people's lives. And it's something that you just can't help, but you got to keep going. And so I don't know.
And it's funny you should say that because, you know, I thought, because my biggest, I guess, criticism was that it was to me, just at parts, it was a little too unfocused and a little too just. He was taking these really big swings with like, and just doing a bit too much at points. But the thing that kept me invested the entire way through the movie, because there was no point where I wasn't invested in the core story. Like, I stayed very attached to that the whole way through, and the main reason was pretty much what you just said. Like, it made me very sad seeing him have to go through all these things, and him being so unfulfilled in his life, and him losing his kid and his wife, and him just not being able to really make it work with any of these women, and him just not being artistically fulfilled, and even the whole, you know, him trying and trying and trying to make something artistically impactful with the recreation and everything in the warehouse, and even that kind of not really working. Like, that was what, because I remember, I'll tell you, the biggest emotional moment of the movie for me that just honestly hit me really hard was when Samantha Morton died. That destroyed me. I was like, holy shit, like, what? Like, she's fucking dead. And then just like the irony of like,
so they set it up with the
say
house.
what?
They set it up with the house at the very beginning.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, she lived in that burning house for like decades and probably went to sleep every night with smoke in the house. But this one night after they're finally together, for whatever reason, the smoke inhalation kills her. And I'm just like, that's goddamn poetic. Like, that's so sad. And shit like that I did really enjoy, you know. But yeah, at other parts it was...
I feel like the climax of this movie is the sink bursting and hitting him in the face.
Well, that's, again...
And the whole rest of the movie is the falling action of the just destruction of existence.
My theory was that after that moment on, everything is just like in his head. Like, that basically... Because they mention a couple of things in the beginning about how his... Ever since he got hit in the head with the sink, you know... His health is failing, and just because I remember the beginning of the movie is pretty normal, you know, like the tone and just the visuals, and then just there gets to a point where it's so goddamn just fantastical and otherworldly and over the top. It's just like, I really feel like, you know, the beginning part of the movie he was still normal, but then he got like a brain injury or something, and the rest of it is all just kind of in his imagination. That's my theory about it.
That's kind of what I was thinking, or maybe not necessarily his imagination, but it causes him to go crazy, like to where he is like doing all this shit, and he probably
because again, there are so many points he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because there are points where he says like, you know, it's only been a week since my wife and daughter left, and they're like, it's been a year. What are you talking about? Like, there are so many points where the time is passing and he doesn't realize it. Where he says to Jennifer Jason Leigh, she's only like 6 years old, and she's like, what? She's almost 12 by now. What are you talking about? You know, and
Already fucking molesting that child at the age of 12, which is
see that part to me. If that wasn't just him imagining it, and that was real Jennifer Jason Leigh molesting her, that is fucking, again, one of the hardest, most disturbing parts of the movie. Yeah. Where that was one of the biggest through lines emotionally of the movie to me, was him trying to get his daughter back. That was, like you said, Matt, that was fucking devastating. Like, man,
and then
I cared about that till the end.
That scene where she makes him say that he's gay, and then like he's like, please forgive me, and she just says no, and it's just like, oh my god. Like,
and then Jennifer Jason Leigh, the one who molested her, is there chewing him out, you know, like she has any right.
The person who brainwashed him, and then to find like the toy off to the side after he chases her, like there's so many like small little things that just all like just keep winding up until
it's fucking heartbreaking too. Like, it's never a good thing. It's always just more heartbreaking than the last scene.
Tom Noonan's suicide fucks me up to this day.
Oh yeah, that part was fucked
all the time. And like the earlier scene where Philip Seymour Hoffman tries to do it, he's in the background and everything, and it's just like played off in such an obvious way that it's just like it catches you off guard, and you're like, okay. But then when it comes full circle to that moment, it's just like everything's hits home.
Yeah, because I noticed him this time when he was, I think it's when Philip Seymour Hoffman like tries to jump off the roof.
Yeah.
And he's in the background in that scene, and I was like, oh shit, there he is.
Yeah, and you know, because the thing about every single Charlie Kaufman movie is, like you alluded to it, Sam. He puts himself at the center of every story. Every one of his characters is kind of like a stand-in for him, and the thing I've always said about him is every movie that he's ever written, it's him letting out his grief about something, and in this one, it's like I feel like he just a lot of the themes in this were things that were weighing on his mind. Because a big thing that Philip Seymour Hoffman keeps saying is like, I'm scared of death. I'm scared of dying. I'm scared of just, I'm not going to accomplish anything before I die. I feel like this was kind of just Charlie Kaufman's way of probably processing those things and processing, like, what it means to be like a real original artist and things like that. And I admire that because you can tell, as usual, these are all personal things that he feels on a deep level. And I will say this as well. So now the only movie of his that he's directed that I haven't seen is Anomalisa, of the three. So comparing this to the other one he directed, I'm thinking of Ending Things. This was much better than that. That movie like made me mad. Like that movie just pissed me off. But like this one, that to me was him just going full blown pretentious, just, style over substance. But the difference between that one and this one, because they're both similar in the sense that like all of his movies before he started directing, whether it was Eternal Sunshine adaptation, being John Malkovich, whatever, those were all very weird, out there movies, but they were like accessible to mainstream audiences, and that's why they became like big hits. Like when he started directing, he said, "Fuck all that. I'm just gonna get as like weird and out there and experimental. I don't give a damn if anyone in the audience gets it." But the difference between something like this and that is, again, this didn't feel pretentious to me. This felt like, okay, maybe some of the swings you took didn't work, but I admire that you're taking these kinds of swings. I see what you're trying to do, and there is genuine, like, heart and passion and, just all that stuff behind this. And
You can't say that this movie isn't well crafted in any way, shape, or form.
oh, it's amazingly well directed. I mean, like, and I was because I remember because I almost had to stop it 5 minutes in that night. You guys were texting me about the changes and stuff.
Can't do that.
But I almost had to stop it, and that was the thing. I was willing to stop it because I was only 5 minutes in. At the same time, though, I remember thinking to myself, I'm only 5 minutes in, but I'm very locked in already. Like, barely anything had happened at that point, but I was very locked in. So I was like, okay, if they had texted me like a minute later, I don't know if I would have been able to stop. But at this point I can, but I am very locked in and I stayed pretty locked in the rest of the way through, even during the parts where I didn't know what the fuck was going on and it was just crazy, I was still just like, I'm curious about what's going to happen next. I'm attached to the narrative, so I'm like, it did its job in that sense. It's just not every part of it necessarily worked for me, I guess.
I don't know. The first time I saw it, I did feel like it was like there were some scenes that were crazy and they didn't quite make sense to me, even after finishing it. But this time, I feel like having known, you just knowing everything, they make a little more sense. You're not as like,
it's all a web.
Yeah, you start getting why it's there, and you're like, okay. So, because that's how I felt.
Nothing is wasted. Like, there is even the very first stuff with the time that he wakes up.
Oh, no, I wrote this down. Was the radio broadcast foreshadows literally the ending of the fucking movie pretty much in the beginning. So I was like,
what do they say?
They're talking about basically just like being left alone, wandering down like the boulevard type shit.
Oh, shit.
Literally is like,
see, again, like stuff like that, I'm sure if I watch it a second time, I'll pick up on it. And like, because I'm sure there are plenty of things in this that you're not going to catch on the first watch that you don't see until the second time, which foreshadows something I have to talk about later, that will be relevant later on. But yeah, I think this would be a good second watch movie, just to not once you kind of get familiar with the narrative, you can kind of look deeper and all that good stuff. And again, like,
You need to be older in your life after the first watch too to kind of like truly like feel changed like he does.
I'm sure when I'm like 40, this movie is going to hit me like a truck, probably. I'm sure the older I get, the more I'll resonate with this thing. Because, yeah, it's like,
I want to shout out Frederick Elms, man. That fucker knew how to shoot this shit.
yep.
And there's so many tight shots of like when the architecture's just like stacking up and all the plays, like hundreds of scenes going on, and he's just walking through them all. And it's just like, how the fuck did they? I haven't looked into a lot of the behind the scenes of this movie because I don't want to know how the magic was made. But if they had to have built that giant set in that warehouse, like up until the actual New York stuff, because like god fucking damn, there's some just insane stuff that looks so crisp.
Yeah. The cinematography in this is great. The direction, for this to be his directorial debut, I mean, it's very impressive. He fucking really killed this shit. And I think, again, like, I don't know. I respect the fact that it's like, I don't think it's a masterpiece. Maybe my opinion on it will change if I see it a second time. But I do respect, like, what he's trying to do with it. And I do think, like, again, in spite of not all of it working for me, I appreciate everything he's trying to say, everything he's trying to talk about, and the fact that this is clearly a very personal thing. And there are also just certain scenes that, like, that scene where he and Samantha Morton are in the car, and he's like, not being with you just kind of fucking kills me, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, well, life can get pretty hard. And she just goes back inside the house to her husband. Again, that wrecked me. I was like, damn, man, like, that fucking sucks. All their scenes together were probably my favorite parts of the movie. I just really like their relationship. But, yeah, it's...
what's her name? Emily Mortimer? Is that who replaced
Emily Watson.
Watson.
Who you said some unfair things about last week. I don't know if that was in the episode or not. But I just want to say, Emily Watson is a fantastic actress who is great in everything she's in.
The water horse.
The water horse, her second appearance. That's right. But since you mention it, the acting in this, god damn, Philip Seymour Hoffman was amazing in this. I mean, no shit, right? But he's he's the only actor to ever make 6 appearances on this show, so he's now in a league of his own.
I was gonna rewatch a couple scenes from this last night, but before going to sleep while working on something. And I put on Pluto TV, and Before the Devil Knows You're Dead came on, and I was like, we were just talking about that, and I just like, it was the last 25-30 minutes, and I was like, oh.
That movie, you want to talk about a movie that hit me like a goddamn freight train, that movie, fucking hell. But one of his top 3 best performances ever is in that movie, in my opinion. But yeah, he was fantastic. Catherine Keener was great. Michelle Williams was great.
Yeah,
Hope
Davis had a small part, but she was fucking killing it.
Who did?
Hope Davis.
Yeah, oh my god, she was actually I'm not even gonna lie. This was probably my favorite part I've ever seen her play. I don't know, she was like, every scene she was in was killing me. Just how silly she was being, and just the scene where she like, I love that scene where they're on the plane.
Yeah, him reading the book, and then
like what's happening is what's in the book, and then it's like, you refused my leg. This book is over now. And then, I love that.
It's funny how like this movie is like sad as shit, but then there's scenes like that are just like absolutely fucking killer comedy. Like,
yeah, her scenes were mostly pretty funny. Like the part where she just takes her book down off the shelf and everything, and just, I don't know, like she's
up
great.
Jerry Adler the fucking second week
again, like 2 weeks in a row, Jerry Adler randomly showing up. Yeah, oh my god, and that was one of literally like, I'm remembering these scenes now that actually really struck an emotional chord with me. That fucking scene where Philip Seymour Hoffman finds out that he died, and he's just like, he said it was the most horrific deathbed confession he'd ever heard in his life, that he regretted living, that he regretted everything, and that he was like I was like, fuck, like that really hit hard. I was like, man.
Creepy later too, when he's at the funeral and he's like, I wonder if I'll see my dad, and she's like, isn't he dead? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Very sad movie, no doubt.
The music's killer too. I can't think of that dude's name for the life of me right now, but
add another one to the
to the
list
list.
that we may be seeing later in this episode. But but yeah, I actually don't know who composed it either.
I'll find out for us just so we can. John Bryan.
Oh shit! Okay,
Jonbrion.
we did Boogie Nights and Magnolia, and
Well, that's I would compare this movie to my feelings about Magnolia a lot. Like that it's a funny enough, Matt, you were saying last week that it's a straight line, but like this is a straight line
up.
Like up. And so
But it already starts like on a freaking plateau.
Oh,
you know? Yeah. It's like not at the bottom of the axis. It's in the middle already, and then it just starts up.
And so that's where Magnolia is a very similar movie in that regard. Philip Seymour Hoffman's side.
Oh yeah, he's in both. Yeah, but yeah, again, one of the it reminded me a lot of the documentary episode, watching all the picks this week, because watching each one, I was putting myself in the mindset of like, okay, this is whoever's like favorite movie. Like watching this one, I was kind of looking at it through that lens for a lot of it. I was like, this is Sam's favorite movie. I'm kind of like studying it and seeing thinking why that may be, or seeing like, oh, I can see in that scene something that might resonate with him or something like that. But and yeah, Matt's, which we'll talk about.
So I'm already laughing.
Even though I don't know, I know that's not your actual literal favorite movie, but still, like,
I'm just imagining you putting yourself in my shoes and having me be like, "It's not that hard for me to do."
Yeah, I mean,
it's not very hard for me to figure out.
I know both of your tastes very well, to the point where they both made perfect sense. Like Synecdoche, New York, even before I saw it, I was like, I can see that just based on what I know about it being a favorite of Sam's. So, and watching it, I was like, I can definitely see, why this resonates with him. But I did want to hear you explain it more, because again, like as someone who was kind of on the fence about the movie, like, I was like, okay, well, he can explain it to me why, he loves it so much. And I guess that makes sense. Like if you just really resonate with the themes in it and everything.
Yeah, it just resonates with something, and a thing that I want to do with my art is not necessarily fucking right the wrongs of abandoning my child to be my gay lover, what was his name, Chris or whatever.
Yeah.
But to just genuinely kind of connect to people. And I think that's something he struggled to do with his plays before the thing started. He couldn't even get his wife to show up on opening night. Like,
can I just tell you how much I hated Catherine Keener in this movie?
Hey, I wanted to smoke a joint with her so bad, though.
I mean, like,
that fucking awesome.
It was like I love her, and like I was on the one hand, I was like, you're giving such a good performance, but your character is so mean, like not showing up to opening night. And then there's that scene where they're walking down the street and she's just like, you can't do anything original. Like, doesn't that bother you? And I'm just like, fuck you, he's doing something. What are you doing? Like, go fuck yourself. Yeah. But yeah.
She was one of the worst characters. But it just genuinely makes me feel good that it exists. Like, and it's rare that like a movie from start to finish, I am locked 1,000 billion% chance, or percent period. But it just, I don't know. Yeah, it just really is like my thing. And I really hope you enjoy it more on the second watch. I'm glad you like weren't trashing it though. That's where I was ready.
No, I mean, I just
got the cane to beat you with.
Yeah. This is the episode where I die. But no, again, I really did. If I had to say, I was very just 50-50 down the middle on it. But as I'm sitting here remembering it, I'm like, okay, there were a lot of scenes that really worked for me, and a lot of scenes that really, and I was invested in the narrative. I'd say I liked it more than not. I just, again, thought it was doing a little too much for parts.
That's where I think definitely there's a lot. It's hard to pick out small, tiny, specific moments and like have a ginormous like kind of conversation, because almost every scene is less than 2 minutes long. And then when it is longer, it's really crazy shit. But I very much view this movie as a complete whole. Like, it is this dude's life, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of fucked up shit in it, and a lot of fucked up people.
It should also be noted that Roger Ebert considered this the best movie of the 2000s.
Where
Oh, he was a big defender of it, like of the whole decade. That's what. Oh, is it on the cover?
It's on the cover. A
Oh,
great
good
film.
shit.
See it twice. There you go, Jackson. Roger Ebert says to see it twice.
Okay, well, I'll listen to him.
One for two thumb. Preach thumb.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you just say? Did you just say I need to see an ophthalmologist? Oh no, I thought you said urologist. Oh, my bad.
It was oncologist.
Yeah, Matt. We were worried.
I said gynecologist.
We were worried that Matt would have to see an oncologist when his hemorrhoid was flaring up, but thankfully it was not cancer because
It passed just like the comet did.
if it had been cancer, then that would have been terrible. Oh no! Before we move
that clip
on,
kills me.
yeah, that's one of my favorites. It's one of your most fucked up jokes, but I love it. It's one of my favorites just because of the voice. So now, is there anything we have left to say about Synecdoche?
Want to share what I was working on, the play, as you would call it, or is it real life? I would like to share that with y'all if that is.
You don't have no Albert Brooks.
I must. Oh, fair. All right, I'm gonna ask to share my screen with you bitches. Don't go looking at stuff you shouldn't see.
Do you have your own thing, Sam? This should be interesting.
My own thing. We'll see who likes it and who doesn't. This is a tale.
He did it right when he froze too.
He froze. Even better.
Okay.
Even better.
Oh, you piece of shit! I knew this was coming. I knew it. I knew y'all were gonna ambush me. God damn it!
Perfect timing.
Simple.
I knew it.
Year-long tale.
This is all Sam, pretty much. I think I sent him a couple pictures, but this is mainly Sam.
The very first time it froze. A wild time. This one is not just deprecating to you, Jackson. It's deprecating to me as well. So don't feel as bad. I needed to start with that because it's not just you. I froze too. I can't say I didn't freeze, but I don't have photos of me frozen because I didn't take them. This is the New Year's Eve special with my cat. He was looking out the window. I thought that was fun. And then we get into the end, towards the late part of season 1. Oh, and I had to shout out
Brian.
We never really resolved that thing, unfortunately.
I thought we did. He didn't.
We
Well, we
resolved
mentioned
it,
it.
but
We
I
mentioned
still am fighting for you. And he needs to come back and do another season.
We made it all the way and then didn't make it to
All right. The season 1 finale. Oh my God, we were wild. And yes, I chose this photo because I had 2, but I chose this photo.
I look like Simple Jack.
Yeah, I chose this photo to make Matt feel like he is also not scapegoating this shit.
Fair.
All right, and then yes, when we started really changing season 2, we get pretty wild with this one. Yes, we managed to get your pose, Jackson, when you
Not
were
a bad
frozen
pose,
that
at
time.
least.
And then that was the start of multiple Jacksons showed up. Oh yeah, when me and Matt were making kissy faces. I don't know why. We were doing something, yeah. The return
reptile
of the
mask.
reptilian mask. This one is one of my favorites, mainly because of Matt. I don't know if you could see that, Jackson.
That's hilarious. Both of you are doing very interesting things.
We got a lot that episode. I just want to let you know.
Which one is this?
Yeah. This is the batshit crazy episode where it really didn't want to start.
Oh God, I do remember the beginning of that one was bad. Yeah.
Yes, when you froze, and so we had to hit him with the quick.
Ah, of course.
And then Matt pulled out the action figures, and then another Jackson appeared.
Another Jackson.
And then, yes, we saw more other Jacksons.
Yes, I have many
For the remake
doppelgangers.
special.
I mean,
remake.
other personalities. Rule number one.
I really enjoy this one from the remake special. And then this was the day I was freezing a lot, but you also froze once too. And you were like trying to point at the camera, so I managed to get that. Some great times.
Not in the moment. Not for me anyway.
Oh, not for you.
Very frustrating.
No, for us, we were having a great time.
When you come back, but we're having a very fun time. A lot of times we're like we talk about something and don't realize it at first. Yes, this was one where I was like, very recent, the most recent freeze.
Oh yeah, last week was bad.
And yes, that is Jackson's Wi-Fi.
A true epic saga.
See the reviews on a YouTube page near you soon.
Yes. I did crash once so far. However, I did upgrade at long last. I want the audience to know that I'm trying here. I got a freaking, whatever you call it, a router or whatever out there that's plugged into the damn wall that's supposed to stop my Wi-Fi from sucking. So, yeah, hopefully it
Hate to break it to you, Jackson.
You that you're frozen, but we've heard your audio perfectly.
Say what?
You were frozen the whole time, but we heard your audio perfectly.
You're not gaslighting me, boys.
No, we're not kidding you. Well, we have the fucking recording, but you literally were like this.
Normally, if I'm freezing, I can see it, but since last week, I'm fucking... Everything looks normal on my end.
That's good.
So, that whole fiasco last week, like, I was seeing everything totally normally. So, but, even though I was very much not on you guys' end. But, well, yes, it is an epic saga. The saga of my Wi-Fi. I don't know. It's only on my computer. It doesn't do it on my phone. It doesn't do it anywhere else. I don't know what it is about this fucking computer. It's bizarre. But now that we have left Synecdoche, we must move on.
To another prison.
Yes, but which prison will it be? Which
It's not a
prison
prison
will
of
it be?
Are we going up north or down south?
Well, my friend, I think where we're going to go is where, as the documentary special proved, where Matt goes at the end of every podcast, down south. Because the next one, my friend, is the longest yard.
Sorry, I should still keep my cane because I'm Burt Reynolds after coming on to set after the original Longest Yard, being like, they're remaking my movie, and then you find out it's a reboot.
There you go.
I'm Burt Reynolds in the Longest Yard now.
Yes.
Dual outfit, bitch.
Matt, take it away.
Alrighty. As we say on the podcast, picture this. Your name is Paul Crew. You're married to one smoking hot babe, Courtney Cox, at peak MILF status. But she's a bitch, and she's trying to put you in a sailor's outfit. Your name's Paul Wrecking Crew, not Paul Sailing Crew, now is it? So you know what you do during this party with all these bigwigs? Your drunk ass crashes the fuck out. Rightfully so. You lock her in the closet, you steal her Bentley, and you take a drive to clear your head, right? Wrong. You get pulled over because she reports it stolen. And what do? You make fun of the cop that pulls you over. And then you wreck the shit out of their car and take them on an insane police chase. And then turn...
Truly insane.
Wrecks, yeah, truly insane. And then wrecks her car by having them all crash into it. But good news, you didn't spill your beer.
That's what I was literally about to say. Yeah, he didn't spill his beer. And that's what I meant.
Bad news. James Cromwell sees that shit. And boy, does he love himself some football. And so he makes the call to
He
get
loves
you
the
into
big
his
screen.
prison. Yep. He's going to get you on the field and teach his men the insides, of the game and help them win. Because apparently they're not that great. And yeah, then you got William Fichtner as the guard who does not want you to do that. And you're just trying to serve your time. However, through a bunch of bullshittery, you are now going to have to assemble a team of prisoners for a tune-up game against the guards so that they can beat your ass and feel better about themselves. And that, my friends, is the start of this movie. You get a friend. You get a black man named Caretaker who can facilitate anything. And like somebody else says in another movie we're about to talk about, I bet there's one of me in every prison. And there sure is.
Oh my God.
And through this, you get to know Burt Reynolds, who former football star who got locked up there a long time ago. He comes back to help out the team, get the team going, and you meet a whole bunch of people. Movie is filled with former NFL players, former wrestlers, actually current wrestlers at the time. And it is pretty fucking hilarious. It ends up getting really heartfelt. I really like this movie. After I used to see it all the time as a kid, rewatching it recently, I was like, damn, this movie is really solid in my opinion. It does a lot where it's like it's either funny, it gets you to like the fucking characters. Like I felt like I cared about the entire team. And yeah, it's like a Adam Sandler comedy, but I feel like this is probably one of his better ones where he's not acting like a freaking fool and he's actually playing a character. He's playing a human being. And so is everyone. And the lines in this movie are so goddamn good. Just I'm trying to one of the couple that I wrote down for my review was OJ cut his head off and still got some ass, or OJ cut his wife's head off and still got some ass. The one you used, Jackson, I loved is it's straighter and more dignified, like a younger Michael Jackson.
I love little Michael.
Or
what my review was, I don't even remember.
one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, a lot of
I
balls.
didn't do it.
A lot of balls and a damn good game. Balls supporting your shaft, Matt.
Yes.
Sending you good energy.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone gives a hilarious performance. Fucking Eddie Turturro.
Nick Turturro.
Oh,
Nick Turturro, fuck my bad.
bro.
Nick
That shit
Turturro
was
coming
hilarious. And then
He was great.
seeing him from that and then going straight into highest to lowest. I was just like,
He's in that?
yeah.
For one
Oh, I
scene.
didn't know that. Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Makes sense. It's a Spike Lee movie, but still, it's cool.
And I feel like all the wrestlers did a great job, and even all the football players did a great job. Specifically, shout out to Michael Irvin. He is one of my favorite characters in the movie. He plays the Deacon Moss, like the dude from the basketball team who's the tall guy. And then Nelly kills it. And of course, we got Terry Crews coming back.
Yeah.
We got Joey Diaz in
Who,
here.
judging
Way
by
less
that
scary.
robot, really should have played Ultron, like I said before.
That's some
Not
big
as
bullshit.
scary as Gamer in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But and
I
just
want him
feel
to play
like-
some Mickey D burger on my fucking.
I was like, yeah, maybe always made me want McDonald's when he pulled out some shit.
No cheese.
I felt like
buns.
Yep. I felt like Joey Diaz when he puts the burger on his like helmet and just pats it.
yeah.
And can of corn and a Diet Coke. Like I could just quote random ass shit from this movie. But yeah, even the football players like Brian Bosworth, he was pretty fucking menacing. And Bill Romanowski is also he was a fucking psychopath in this, as most of the guards were psychopaths.
This might be a fever.
And whoever I can't remember the dude's name who played Unger off the top of my head from Twin Peaks, right?
Oh, David Patrick Kelly, yeah.
Yes. Crazy. He was killing it. And I feel
It
like
took me a minute to realize who he was, and then I was like, holy shit, that's Jerry from Twin Peaks.
Fucking. This could be a fever dream. Is Tracy Morgan in this movie?
Yeah, he's the
Yeah. Okay.
He's the cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like I just feel like this movie does so much where it's funny and also is like a straight up keeps the story going, doesn't deviate too much from it like at all. And it's like I cared about everyone by the end of the movie, and I cared about Adam Sandler by the end of the movie to the point where I feel like they did a really good reveal where you like, he did it, but when they kind of explain why, you're like, oh, okay, I kind of feel for you. But anyways, without going too much into it, I'll let you guys take it away.
But no, Matt showed me this movie, and I had a really good time. We were drunk as shit, and we were just laughing along, and we were just going along with it and everything. It was at a point where I didn't really know a lot of the actors. I had seen a few Burt Reynolds movies. I had seen Adam Sandler, obviously. But like William Fichtner, I really hadn't seen. Cromwell, I really hadn't seen. Like, had no exposure to wrestling before meeting Matt, other than like knowing that it existed and playing a few of the video games. And so it was just a very fun time, and I really enjoyed watching it this time. I think I enjoyed the beginning more, the whole car chase scene, and then that aerial shot with the helicopter, and he's like looking up with the six-pack. I love that aspect, and I saw this, didn't see the original for years until I moved to Florida. And that was another great watch. And then that's where, upon rewatching this movie, and I think Matt showed it, or me and Matt watched it again sometime during COVID.
I think so, yeah.
But it is not a remake. It is a reboot. Because damn it, Burt Reynolds is just the same dude, just older in his life.
Yeah, I know technically Nate Scarborough was in the original, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And technically he plays Paul Crewe, but still. I think that makes it kind of count.
Just a straight up sequel.
That's kind of how I looked at it. I was like, I haven't seen the original either, but I wanted to watch it before this, but I didn't have time. But I was like, even just looking at this on the surface, like, I'm just assuming I'm treating this like this is Burt Reynolds' character from the original movie, pretty much.
I think that was, because it just makes sense.
Off that way.
They play it off, yeah.
That's how they treat it in the movie, so it makes sense.
And shout out to Burt Reynolds at the end. He took that hit.
Yeah.
In real life, yeah, he did.
Yeah, Brian Bosworth taking him down, and I was like, damn, kudos to you, man.
Yeah. He did that shit, so that's
because that shit looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So this is the part, my friends, of the show where we find out what will go down. Will we have a blowout on the 1-year anniversary special, the likes of which the 3 for 3 podcast has never seen?
I'm gonna like break the fucking beer bottle over the screen and then just start stabbing the screen.
To just jab it through the screen and actually hit me. Well, my friends, I'll tell you this. I have not seen the original. I have not seen this one. And I wanted to watch the original before I saw this one. I didn't have time. I cannot fucking stress to you how busy I have been the last 2 weeks. So I watched this at... When did I start this? At 3:00 in the morning 2 nights ago.
That's the best time to watch it because, like,
when I watched it was at 3 a.m. on Pluto TV.
Wow, it was like 2 a.m. when I watched it, and also this is how I used to watch it all the time because my friend Davis only had like this and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, so sleeping over it was like this, and then he would fall asleep, and I'd be up for the whole fucking movie. So that's why I've seen this so many times. Anyways, go ahead.
But yes, I watched this. I was extremely tired that night, but I was like, I have to do this. So, the last thing that I ever want to do at any given moment is watch a Happy Madison movie for any reason, let alone at 3 a.m. when I'm tired. So I was just like, fucking goddamn it, this is going to be just... All right, well, it'll get good content on the podcast. But then, my friends, you want to know what happened? I fucking love this movie. I'm not even
gonna
lie.
Yes.
Like, I didn't just like it. I loved the whole way through. I was very invested. I had such a goddamn blast with this. I was so... I have not said a word. I haven't even logged it. I haven't even put it on any lists yet because I didn't want either of you to know. Yes, surprise for the 1-year special. Me and Matt are not going to fight in any way, shape, or form. What a blast. I mean, really, I was so surprised. I thought I was so ready to hate this movie and just like so much because, like you said, Matt, it's not he's not doing a dumb fucking voice or playing like a goofy fucking character. Like he's playing it relatively straight. And the creative team behind the movie, it's not him and Tim Herlihy and Dennis Dugan and all those fuckers who make all the worst ones. It's like, okay, no, you got kind of an outside crew. This is like, yes, it's a Happy Madison movie, but it's being made by kind of like third party people. Yeah. And even the like, because of course they got to get an obnoxious fucking Rob Schneider cameo in there towards the end. But I'm like, they waited until the end of the movie to do it. Like they're not. I was ready for Rob Schneider to be one of the prisoners, one of the main characters, and they didn't because I'm like, no, they're taking this a little bit more seriously than they do normal Happy Madison productions. And like you said, I was so invested in each of the prisoners. I really cared about each of them, and I really wanted to see them succeed and see them get revenge. I hated the fucking guards. I fucking hated James Cromwell. I mean, like, so goddamn much. I was just so invested in them. When Chris Rock died, I was like, why did he did this a second time, Adam Sandler? Like, I was like, he's basically Chubbs from Happy Gilmore again. I'm like, well, you got me really sad that the black coach character has fucking died unexpectedly, like, a little over halfway through the movie. And I'm like, God damn, I was really sad in that movie when that happened, and I'm sad again when it happened here. I really didn't see that coming. Like, when they cut to the funeral, I was like, he's dead? Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, oh, you guys gotta get him now. And
the fact that they had to watch his body burn. Like, they could not get in there. They were, like, trying to tear the jail cell apart.
I know.
Save him.
Just I mean, because it makes that last game so much fucking more, like, heavy.
Yeah. I was so invested in the last game. I was so invested, and I fucking just... Oh, I hated James Cromwell so much and all the guards. But, like, I didn't expect William Fichtner to come around. That was a nice surprise.
I know why he couldn't shoot. Adam Sandler's white. If any of our watchers now have seen Strange Days, you will understand.
Oh, true. That's a good one. That's a good.
I just need to now, like, specifically add context to that because that sounds horrible. But
it worked before. It just was a little more fucked up.
Yeah.
But tell me.
But
one of my favorite characters, because like he's so despicable, and then he can't pull the trigger, and you just feel
you can see him respect him near the end when he's like, now we got a game, and it's like, okay, cool.
He's like, man, you played a hell of a game that takes balls, you know, and I'm just like, yeah, like because he actually had to face him as an opponent, so now he respects him, and
a lot of balls and a damn good game.
Okay, so Chris Berman and what's his name, Bob, up in the fucking commentary booth was one of my favorite parts. Like, just
give me all your money.
Yeah, I was like, what? He's like, I'm just kidding. When he goes like, what? And he's like, say that again.
I really wonder though if, Jackson, to your point, the reason why this movie is so good is because it had that original storyline, that it was a very serious kind of like the original is funny, but it's not a comedy like this is in the sense. And so I feel like it very much kind of since it had such dramatic roots, there was no way that it wouldn't be able to like hit so hard. But
that's the thing. I mean, Adam Sandler has done this before though, where he's remade older movies and made them dumb as shit, like Mr. Deeds, where, you know, like I fully could have seen him doing that with this, but he didn't. I mean, I was very surprised that they took it, like, it's a comedy, but they took it seriously. It's not like goddamn, you know, one of his stupid ass fucking movies where absolutely everything is a joke and the whole movie's an excuse for him to go on vacation with his friends and shit. Like this, he really put effort into this, the whole team. And I gotta say, Peter Segal, I know he doesn't have like the best track record as a director, but I've seen 2 movies from him this year. They're the only 2 movies of his I've seen. It's this and Naked Gun 3. And I enjoyed both. So I just gotta say, like, just shout out to him for directing the both.
The direction on this was really good. Like, the camera work was so solid.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that. There were a lot of scenes. The football scenes, all of it was just very well directed. I was like, all right, again. Y'all are taking this seriously.
Which we'll get to it later. But the fact that both of this and the next movie have projection scenes, but in this one, it's him and Cloris Leachman just like getting down and dirty.
Yeah.
And then Brucey and Tracy Morgan getting down.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just, love that part.
I can't believe I saw this so much as a kid, and it's like there's so much adult jokes in this that I'm like, yep, I definitely kind of got that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the Bill Goldberg's big dick, that whole thing.
What does he call it? An iguana?
Yeah. Oh, he's like, you just hit him with it.
Yeah. And I just, again, I loved Chris Rock was one of my favorite parts of it. I thought he played his part so well. There were a lot of lines I could tell he was improvising, where I was like, okay, he came up with that on his own. But and it was not obnoxious like it can be in other movies. Like, it was well timed and everything. And yeah, again, I just fucking the end when I'm not kidding. I literally, when they won the game, I fucking stood up and cheered. Like, I was so goddamn happy. If you told me at the start of the movie that I would be doing that, I would have said you were crazy. But, I mean, seriously, I was literally, like, fist bumping in my fucking room, just like, yes! So
I'm so happy to hear you say that. I was like, yes, because I was worried I figured you might just be like, it was pretty good. Like, you might have said it was a straight 3 or something like that. But nope. I'm so happy to hear that.
That's what surprises me the most. Not even just that, like, because, yeah, you'd think if I liked it, it would be like, it was okay or it was decent, but I loved it. I'd say it's honestly one of my favorite season 2 movies, like, just overall. I had so much fun with it. I was so invested in it. Like, so, yeah.
Shout out to Eddie Bunker, too. His last movie.
I didn't even know that was him until afterwards. It was driving me crazy. I was like, he looks so familiar. Who is that? And yep, that was his last movie, did you say?
It was, yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, good last movie. I love that.
And I feel like he had a good last, like, line.
Yeah, like, when you hit the warden. Was it worth it? It was worth every goddamn second. Yeah.
And I like him and Chris Rock's thing as a kid always got me, where he calls him, like, superstar versus half a star. And Chris Rock says, shut up, old man, before I slit your throat and watch the dust come out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a great line. Also, can I just
so many, and then
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm just gonna keep. There's a couple more people I need to shout.
There are moments of genuine fucking tension in this movie that are like that scene in the fucking library with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Nelly was like the most insane shit. I was like, I'm actually really mad right now. Like, you guys are doing a great job of making me hate the guards and just creating tension and shit. And then I love later Nelly whispers to the big dude, he's like, you want to know what he said to me in the library? And then he just, like, attacks the guy on the field. That was so great.
I think he shot himself.
They start putting estrogen instead of testosterone in his thing. I
was gonna say Kevin Nash he's probably my favorite guard because
acting.
When he's like, all I did was care.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, like he did such a good job, and
he's just sitting there messing with his nipples.
Yeah, he had such a wild character to like personify, and he did it.
It's weird because like
full sended.
And as a wrestler, he was usually a very straightforward, like macho dude, and even in his other roles, he's always like the big action dude. Like he was the Russian in the 2004 Punisher, and literally, this is like such an actual acting role. It's like, thank you. He needs literal acting roles more.
Yeah, it's rare to see Stone Cold act in stuff too, or at least for me. The only movie I've ever seen him in besides this is The Expendables.
He has a couple.
I was happy to actually see him have like a real part in this where he was like genuinely very intimidating and very like scary at parts, and I was like, all right, like good, you're not a bad actor. I like this.
He's usually just like again macho, like playing himself basically, but badass. I like him in The Condemned, but this I would say is the only like role I've seen where he's a bad guy, other than like Expendables. But that's like, like you said, Jackson, he is acting in this.
Yeah,
he is like you like when the dude hits him and they're like, I think I made him shit himself.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think he shit himself.
That was the one part where I was like, this is a Happy Madison joke. Where they just keep saying again and again, I think he just shit himself. I'm like, okay, they couldn't help themselves for that part. But even then, I was like, it's whatever, But it's, yeah, I loved some of the damn songs have gotten in my head. during some of the like montages. Like I've had, have you ever seen The Rain in My Head for a couple of days now? Ever since then, because I just love that scene. That was such a great. I love all the bonding moments for them. Burt Reynolds was great too. I thought like that was one of the most badass entrances I've ever seen. Where just like he strolls up with like the sun behind him and everything, and he's like, "Yep, I'm the veteran guy. I'm here now." And I immediately was just like, "Okay, this is his character from the original movie, isn't it?" Yeah. It's like maybe not technically, but it's supposed to be pretty much. So, but that was cool. I mean, how often do you see that? In like a remake, they bring the original star back and make them important, instead of just a cameo. I thought that was really cool how they incorporated him in, and like I'd love to know how they got him to agree to it.
His genuine disappointment with Adam Sandler when he's like fucking up the game and everything for the deal, and then the stakes of that are just insane. Like
that whole part of it, I was so like, again, you felt the tension, you felt the stakes.
James Cromwell was a fucking bitch.
Who was?
James Cromwell.
Yes.
Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when they had that like silhouette shot of him just standing in the showers, like right before he's about to like, tell him everything. It's like, oh, he's about to fuck this up. You could just tell just by the way he's standing there.
I'm like, I don't know what he's got planned, but I know he's gonna cause something to happen. The basketball scene was also well done, I gotta say.
Because I was gonna say, like, we were talking about how Adam Sandler doesn't do a voice. I also think he's kind of badass in this movie, which is rare a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
It's like have him just be like a, not a joke at any point, really.
I mean, he's probably, honestly, the straightest character in the movie. Like, which is
in more ways than one.
Oh yes.
he's a newbie. He's fresh.
Fresh fish. Fresh fish.
And that scene, and when Chris Rock and him are sharing the drink, and they're like, like, why'd you shave the points and stuff? But apparently, that's Chris Rock's real mom in that picture.
I did read that. Yeah.
Damn.
So, yep.
That adds just even more emotion to the character, and I love that Chris Rock also got a very serious role. Like he had some of the funniest lines, but like his role was serious the whole time. He was not like supposed to be the funny guy.
He was kind of the heart of the team.
Exactly. And so when it gets stabbed or technically blown up, it just is. And that dude was a fucking despicable ass motherfucker. He did such a good job, and like sneaking behind him and like going in, doing it. And then when he turns on the radio and it doesn't like, or he doesn't turn on the radio, what does he do?
He turns on the radio and it doesn't turn on, and he flicks the light bulb, and that's when it
like,
I think.
No, he turns on the light.
Yeah.
Well, he flicks the light bulb and it doesn't actually do it, which is another moment of tension that is crazy.
I was curious because I feel like in the original it was probably one of the other, like I think it was like the radio in the original or something like that, or the light bulb.
Well, no, okay.
Whichever one I think they were playing. I think
it was. He hears the cracker music and goes to turn off the radio, and then that's what causes the.
I think that's a kind of a low key fucked up way to get them to turn off the radio. It's like, I'm gonna play music I know for a fact he's gonna turn off because it's so bad.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it that way. That's fucking hilarious.
And I'm pretty sure the way I think he says Adam Sandler's character's name, so I think he thinks he put it on as like a joke, or he says somebody's name and he thinks it's a joke.
How can crew listen to this cracker ass shit? I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And yeah,
I also just have to say, there may be a, something making fun of this later, but I was trying to hold off on Catherine Keener in the last movie, but I can't hold off on this one. Courtney Cox.
The one scene.
Just because Jennifer Aniston just because Jennifer Aniston is my number one doesn't mean she's the only friend I'm trying to be there for.
Sorry, my Luke Skywalker just fell. Would you lock Courtney Cox in a shoe closet?
Not alone.
Not alone.
Yeah, I'm really glad you like this though, because like it's such a childhood movie to the point where I'd seen it so much that I didn't think it was good as a kid, and then I rewatched it later, being like, "Oh fuck, this really is good."
Yeah, I never in a million years would have thought I would enjoy this that much. It's really probably one of the biggest surprises on this show ever. We've had some big ones this season with Gamer and Money for Nothing and some others, but
The Rundown,
yeah.
Is this a WWE production?
This no, it's not actually.
No? Wow.
It just has surprisingly has a lot of wrestlers, like the Great
that's a lot.
Khali.
Because they just need
Yeah.
like
He's fucking
giant
hilarious.
steroid-looking dudes, you know.
Yeah.
So,
The Great Khali, who they also can
Smacking
act
his head
too, which I
against
guess makes sense.
yeah.
Yep. I
And
love
the
at the end when he's
ping pong
like,
scene.
I love at the end when Paul Crew comes back and he's like, "I'm glad you're back. Now I don't have to stab you."
Yeah.
He was one of my favorites, the big dude. I really loved him. Yeah. Where yeah. At first I was like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? And then he becomes kind of like one of the best characters on the team. But yeah, the whole crew, everybody was just, again, I love the way each of them are convinced to join the team. Like some of them are like really like you feel it, and then some of them are like you feel it, but it's also funny. Like the dude trying to watch Joy Behar and he can't, and that's what motivates him. I'm like, that's funny, but also I relate to that in a way.
Yeah.
And then just Michael Irvin and Terry Crews, no words spoken. Just seeing what happens to Nelly, they just decide right then and there. They're like, we gotta fucking join the team. That really hit for me. And Nelly, this is the only thing I've ever seen him act in. So I'm like, okay, you got something. You're not a bad actor either. Good for you. But so
What I
Despite
like too about
despite what Don't Be a Menace will tell you.
but I like the ending, the last game too. They didn't like skip through the last like the big game with the guards. It felt like a full 3-act game. Like, the beginning, they're like actually all working. Well, they're not working together. They're just trying to hurt the guards.
yeah.
Then they're trying to work together, but the ref starts fucking with them. And then, they kind of get a lead, and then it's like the second half happens with, and you're like, damn, like I feel like I had a whole movie and I'm getting another whole
2
fucking
minutes
movie.
and 33 seconds. Sorry. No.
Hey,
Really quick.
I gotta get in there.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Great fucking movie.
Oh, you Jackson, you said you were looked down at your watch like when the ending game started to see how long was left.
Oh yeah, no, I thought it was really interesting the way like they did. I looked at how much time was left when the game started, and it was like something like 30 minutes left, maybe a little long. I was like, what the fuck? How are we going to do the whole thing in 30 minutes? And it's because they do make it like a 3-act. It's not just like, what it would normally be. It's like, yeah, they aren't working together. They're just hurting the guards, and then they start working together and they're kicking the guards' asses. And then, he threatens Crew and he's not playing anymore. And then they come back and win. And I was just like, fuck yes, I like how we're really not just making this simple. We're drawing this out. That's what a great sports movie should do, And
Exactly.
that was, yeah, I really think it was a lot of fun. I think it was, really great, really heartfelt, really, just a fun time. I really was very surprised that I loved it so much.
Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, again, like I said, I've seen this one so many times, and it just like especially the last couple days, it hits so much harder because Pluto TV has been playing it nonstop.
Yeah, they've been every time I go on. Matt and I were texting about it, and then because Matt was watching on Pluto, and with the time difference, it normally doesn't line up, but it was playing again on a different channel on Pluto. So I was able to watch it along with him. He was at the end of the movie. I was at the very beginning.
Yep.
So,
But yeah. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I haven't shouted out yet that I want to before. Oh yeah. Uh I got a rash. His name's Ronnie. Tell Ronnie you got knocked the fuck out. I love that shit. And then of course the Kevin Nat or the Eminem soundtrack at one point when they're doing one of the things. I was like, hey, we got Eminem in here.
They call him Slim Shady at one point too.
Yep.
oh yeah,
And they
So
apparently I didn't because he was in the movie for a quick second. Ed Lauder was in it, and then I found out afterwards he was in the original, and I was like, oh, okay. So they gave him a little cameo. He was one of the golf guys that he meets.
that's cool.
Yeah. So
oh yep.
Oh, okay, get out of the photo.
I know another great Kevin Nash line.
yeah,
Just standing there.
Um,
But and then it ain't easy being cheesy.
there's no cheese between
I
these
love that
buns.
Terry Crews line.
That's for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, Terry Crews.
It may not be easy, or never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Doesn't
Sam, do you
matter.
have something you'd like to share with
Two
the
of them.
class?
It may be easy being cheesy, or it may not be, but it certainly isn't easy peasy Japanesey. Our next pick.
That was something you were not. That's one of the. That's maybe the softest joke you've ever made on the show before. But yes, good
Hey,
segue.
And it is a
you
line
know what,
from the
Jackson?
movie. It is a line from the movie.
Yes,
Not this
Speak,
one, but
speaking of people who don't got cheese between them buns no more, you're about to talk about Mr. Andy Dufresne.
that's right.
oh,
Yes,
oh,
our last pick of this episode is none other than the Shawshank Redemption, or as it is referred to in
woo!
circles, the
Oh
Shank,
God, I hurt my ear.
or so I've been told. But
Thank.
yes, I must admit, the first time I hosted the 3 for 3 podcast, I didn't have much of an impression of it. But over time, it grew to. I'm not even going to keep going with this bit. I should have practiced it. I was
I
going to try
have
to
a
do it
bit
on the fly, but
that I need to specify. Specify. I have a scene reading from this movie that is the perfect description of why I know that this is Jackson's favorite pick. All right, scene. Mr. Dufresne, describe the confrontation you had with your wife last night. She was murdered. So I was fucking my wife in the ass last night. It was very bitter. She said she was glad I knew and that she hated all the sneaking around and said that she wanted a divorce in Reno. What was my response? Well, you see, I'll see you in hell before I see you in Reno, but either way, my dick's going to be in your ass last night. Or at least from what my neighbors say. Scene.
verbatim, my friend.
Verbatim testimony.
Yes.
Testimony. That is the script to Shawshank Redemption.
Since I am innocent of this crime, sir, I find it decidedly inconvenient that you've just done that scene.
Shut the fuck up or I'll sing you a lullaby.
You fat barrel of monkey spunk. Clancy Brown has some of the wildest goddamn lines in this movie. But yes, the Shawshank Redemption, the plot for like the two people who haven't seen it, basically, there's a man, and his name is Andy Dufresne, and he has been accused. He's a very successful man. He's a vice president of a big banking company. Until one day, he is accused of murdering his wife and the guy she was fucking. And he gets sent to Shawshank Prison because, and Shawshank Prison, where is it? It's in Maine, of course, because this is a Stephen King story we must remember. So, yes, which is something I honestly forget a lot of the time, but it is. It is a Stephen King story. And so he gets sent to Shawshank Prison. And who's there in Shawshank Prison already? He's been there for 30 years almost, 20 years when the movie starts.
Only 7 in Irish years.
Red, none other than Morgan Freeman himself. And he's the guy who knows how to get things. And he and Andy, once Andy arrives to the prison, they become fast friends. And they form a bond over the years. Over 20 years that Andy's in prison, he and Red become very close friends. And all kinds of things happen. Andy suffers in a lot of
Shenanigans
ways.
ensue.
Say what?
Shenanigans ensue.
Shenanigans do indeed ensue.
Indeed.
And there are a lot of things that I normally wouldn't say because they would be considered like not things you'd mention in the synopsis because they're spoilers. But the ending of this movie has been referenced so many fucking times in pop culture. I feel like even if you've never seen the movie, you know about the hole in the wall and the poster and all that shit, you know?
The what?
Family Guy spoiled this movie.
That's what I was about to say. Before
Yeah,
I
they did.
like,
Before
thank
I'd
you
ever
very
seen it.
much to Family Guy and Robot Chicken for spoiling this for me as a kid numerous times.
To be fair, when Andy Dufresne raised the rock up, I was halfway tempted to like see him do the Friends dun 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 dun.
Every time there are certain parts of the Family Guy episode that I still think about, like when he
It's so
calls
detailed.
when
The
he
way
calls
the
him
rain
a
is shot.
say what?
the way the rain is shot from the inside when he's coming through the tunnel
Mm.
and like out in like the lightning and everything, like they really captured the movie within that depiction in
The
a
two
very
biggest
good
ones
way.
I always think of are when he calls him obtuse. What did you call me? Like you're being obtuse. He's doing it's like, okay, well now you're just being acute. And then at the end when he's like, Dear Red, you remember the name of the town in Mexico, right? Yeah. You just can't remember it. I think of that every time. But yeah, so this is my favorite movie of all time. I think it's the greatest movie ever made. That's just me. But what did you guys think of this one? I know you've both seen it already.
Did you want to go, Matt, or do you want me to?
Either way, I mean, like, yeah, I'll let you go, Sam.
I want to apologize to you, Jackson,
Oh.
because frankly, Frank Darabontly, I was kind of pissed that I had to watch this movie because there is nothing that hasn't been said about this movie amongst a lot of people.
Well,
Boy,
I
was I
wanted to
wrong.
pick something else, Sam, but someone insisted.
Hey, I'm not talking about Synecdoche, New York, unless I was talking about Shawshank Redemption, because it is the prison of the mind. You are both characters were locked inside of their own special kind of holding shadow cell. But and I need to stress, this movie is not the kind of movie, or not the kind of movie you just like watch and then go about whatever you're doing. This is the kind of movie that you sit through the credits because you're decompressing just sheer pure emotion, sheer just raw power and storytelling that is beyond anything that you can like comprehend. And Newman's score is just fucking insane. So much so, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm gonna tell this story and you probably won't like it. When I watched this the other day, I watched the first like hour and a half. I put it on, I packed a joint. I was gonna smoke it while I watched the movie. It was an hour and 30 something minutes in, and I had not smoked, and I was just glued. And so I realized it because the dude who witnessed um or met the dude that actually did the killing um got like just obliterated by Clancy Brown. And so I was like, oh fuck. And so I paused the movie, I cheaped the whole fucking joint, and then I stood up in front of my TV and just stared and watched the last 40 minutes unfold. And it was some of the greatest storytelling ever to exist. It was some of the best goddamn cinema you can even fucking imagine. And then immediately right after, I put on the director's commentary and started watching that for a little while. And I love, he tells a story, Frank Darabont narrates it, at least in the DVD copy that I have, about how the ASPCA was very upset about the bird feeding scene because they weren't worried about the bird as much as they were worried about the maggot or like bug that was being fed to the bird, still being alive when it was being fed. And he like was like, I need to stop talking about this. And then like 5 minutes later just dives back into it and he's really upset. He's like, okay, I need to step off my soapbox. And I'm just like, but he went to war with the ASPCA over that kind of thing. He was like, because that's fucking stupid. And so it was, I love this movie so
I can't believe I've
well.
never watched the director's commentary after all these years. I need to fucking do that because
It's so interesting.
I'm sure he
Morgan Freeman's son's in the very beginning of the movie, and like he talks a lot about how you got to film your actors, like film everything, and then you could just do everything else with yourself. Like the scene where Andy Dufresne is in the car unscrewing the bottle and everything, that's Frank Darabont's hands.
I didn't know that either. Wow.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I actually was a kind of hand model for certain shots and stuff, and people really liked it. And so, like, I just attributed that to my filmmaking. And I was like, he's teaching you how to make a goddamn movie while watching this, and it is so fucking awesome. Great movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jackson, because I ate my goddamn words. Because every time you watch this movie, it fucking slaps and hits on all fucking cylinders.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out this way because watching it again was fun. But Matt, what did you think?
100%. I mean, like the same way, pretty much. Like I used to watch this all the time on AMC because, like, as you guys know, it would just come on back to back pretty much, constantly. And so it was not very hard to just constantly throw it on. And I always liked it a lot, but I did feel like there was a point in time where I did start to take it a little for granted because I had seen it so much. And it wasn't that I didn't like it or anything. You just kind of that I feel like it started to wear on me a little bit, some of the, twists and turns. And so I hadn't seen it in a while. I think I saw it maybe once or twice since then, but I really hadn't sat down and watched it in quite a long time. And I was really happy to kind of sit down, watch a version that's not on AMC, so I can get all the curse words. Because, like you said, Jackson, I did not remember Clancy Brown having so many fucked up lines, but he does.
Uncle Sam. He reaches into your shirt and squeezes your tit till it's purple.
I swear to God, I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. So young in this, too.
Yeah, which is
And
crazy.
yeah, he would squeeze those tits with those claws, the meaty claws. When Annie Dufresne asked him, like, what is the word in hiding? He's like, money.
Money, me boy.
Yeah. Oh, we need Clancy Brown to redub all his lines as Mr. Krabs in this.
Oh yeah, it needs to be done.
But yeah, I mean just the framing of each shot, the lighting is so like fucking perfect and brilliant and deliberate. There's nothing that he did like by accident, and even if it was like, it fucking worked out. Like it's so in the script is so goddamn good, especially for the fact that this was just a short story, and they like were able to like make it so fleshed out to the point where you would think it was a novel. Is kind of crazy.
Another
And
director's cut thing from the novel. Morgan Freeman fought to keep the line in where he's like, "Cause I'm Irish."
I was gonna bring that up later. Yeah, I love the story behind that.
so yeah, like it's such a Stephen King-esque, like it's one of his best, but it's so Stephen King-esque. But Frank Darabont did such a good job with it. Like he is probably one of the best Stephen King adapters. Mike Flanagan's coming up there, but Frank Darabont still is at the top. And yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where, because like the last time actually, I didn't really watch it, but I was at the gym and I was doing one of the massage chairs and it was on AMC, of course. And this was like a couple months ago actually, but I didn't really watch the whole thing. I caught it from when the can't remember his name, but the kid who witnessed the murder,
Tommy.
or knew, yeah, Tommy comes in, and I didn't hear it at all. I had like my headphones in and I was playing like white noise, but I still could hear every fucking shot in that movie. I could hear every line. I could hear the music playing, even though it wasn't playing at all. And I feel like that's just one of those movies that it is like that you could watch this without sound and still like fucking love it. Yeah.
It is perfection.
Or you can listen to it and it probably would still be fucking great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So
shout out Bob Gutton too. Sorry.
Oh, such
Yeah,
a
of
fucking
course.
underrated actor. Such an
my
underrated
God.
actor. Man, he's great in everything he's in. One of the best like bad guy actors, you know. But yeah, fucking this movie. Oh my God, is this not my first time watching this? This is like the 200th time I've seen this movie. I've seen it so many times. It is literally my favorite movie of all time. I happen to think it's the greatest movie ever made. I it's perfect. I mean, what can you say? It is fucking perfection. I think every single second of this is just masterful. I think again, just the story is amazing, the direction is amazing, the performances, the characters, the dialogue, the cinematography, the music, the editing, just everything just 10 out of 10. You can't get better than this. I really just every fucking time I see this, it's so funny because like first of all, it never loses its impact. I mean, like, sure, there are times where it's like, if I see it after I haven't seen it for a few years, it'll hit a bit harder than it does if I haven't seen it in like a year or like a less than a year or whatever. But it still never loses its impact. And it's funny because every time I see it, I'm at a different place in my life where different things are going on. And there's something about it that just resonates with wherever I am because the message resonates with everybody, no matter where you are. Just hope, no matter how bad things are, and no matter how long they've been that way, never lose hope. you know? Like that's a message that fucking everyone can grab onto. I mean, this guy literally fucking crawled through a river of shit and came out clean on the other side, you know? Like it can be as bad as that, and it's just fucking he's still like that scene on the beach at the end, which again, the number of behind the scenes stories from this that I fucking love. Like, I'm sure he must have mentioned it on the commentary, Sam. The way the movie was originally supposed to end was just Red riding on the bus and saying "I hope," you know, and that was it. And then the studio, it wasn't going to show him and Andy meeting. And then the studio was like, "Hey, we like the ending, but," and amazingly enough, he had final cut on this movie, which is insane for a first time director. I don't know how that happened. As a matter of fact, that's crazy. But so the studio executives came to him and they were like, "So we know you have final cut. I'm not going to force you to do anything, but we'd like to suggest that you just put a little scene on the at the end of it, just showing them reunite because we think the audience needs to see them actually reunite again." And Darabont was like, okay, you know, he said it's a studio note, so obviously I'm hesitant. But he's like, I just shot it for the fuck of it. I didn't think I was going to use it. And then he's like, but then I watched it back and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of the perfect ending. I think I'm going to put it in the movie. And you can't imagine the movie ending any other way. I mean, it's literally like the most perfect final scene of all time. Like, again, and it's because you spend the whole movie in these gray walls enclosed in a prison, and then you end the movie on a beach with like the whole fucking horizon, like, you know, in the shot. It's just like the journey we've gone on is amazing. And I just have to say there are a few things that I just have to say. Frank Darabont, who wrote and directed this movie in his directorial debut, is one of the greatest motherfucking filmmakers to ever live. I will stand on that till my dying breath. I think he is one of the greatest geniuses that Hollywood has ever fucking seen. Every single project he's ever fucking made has been amazing. The Green Mile is another one of the greatest movies of all time. The Majestic is an underrated fucking gem. I love The Mist. The Walking Dead speaks for itself. I mean, like, who has that on their resume, by the way? Made pretty much the greatest movie of all time on their first fucking try. Has that on their resume, has another one of the greatest fucking movies of all time on his resume, and created one of the biggest hit TV shows of all time. Like, guy's talented as fuck. You can't say that. Guy's influential. Say what?
He's rizzed the fuck up unless you're a lawyer.
Yeah, but he won. He won that fucking lawsuit.
He did win.
God bless him.
He rizzed the jury.
That's right. He did.
And now he is returned
at long last.
For
because this is what I was.
Stranger. You were going to get to that?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'll let you go. Yeah.
He's going to direct 2 episodes in the final season. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta watch season 4 then.
Yeah.
God damn.
You gotta watch season 4 for more reasons than that because it's amazing.
I don't give a shit about Joe Alwyn.
He's not in it.
Joseph Quinn.
Joseph Quinn, that's who I meant. Sorry. Another name I forgot.
There's another one. But it's horrendous the way he's been treated. He's been gone for 12 years, and I'm so happy he's finally coming back to direct Stranger Things. It's just fantastic that he's finally getting work again. I hope, that
it's because of Sean motherfucking Levy.
Yes, whoever the hell, whether it's him or the Duffer Brothers or whoever got this to happen, I'm so happy that they got it to happen because it's fantastic. I think Mob City was such an underrated fucking show.
I rewatched the first episode after Shank too. Like a day or so later, I rewatched the first episode because I have it on my Prime. And God, what a good show!
It's such a great show. That TNT did that show dirty, man. They buried it. It made me so goddamn mad all the way back when it came out. So good. He's a genius. I have my like holy trinity of directors who are like my top 3 biggest idols, and he's one of them. I mean, legitimately, this movie and him in general and all his work, but this is the peak of it, just makes me so inspired. I'm constantly just chasing the example he sets with his work and this movie, and just like, it's so good. It's so fucking amazing. The lines in the rehabilitation speech that Morgan Freeman gives is one of the fucking It's some of the best screenwriting you'll ever hear. I mean, just absolutely amazing.
A
And
big
just so
thing
many
he
other parts.
a big thing he stressed in the commentary was just letting the collaborators around you influence the work as well, because they filmed the murder night scene, the scene that it happened, and the courtroom scene separately, obviously, but like they originally were going to be like that, and then they didn't have enough scenes because they only had one night at the house and the flashback scenes. That's when, after months, the editor was like talking to him and they decided to combine them, and then that's where you get that cut back and forth, and then it just like, it's so simple but it just makes all the difference in the goddamn world. And
Yeah.
he talked a lot about location managers. I did not get to the end, Jackson. I fell asleep because it was 3 in the morning while I was watching it, and then I started the commentary around 4:30. Um, and so I fell asleep. But he said some wonderful things. I would highly recommend watching the director's
I
commentary.
don't know why, because I've had this on DVD forever, so I don't know why I've never seen it, but I need to, because it would be a lot of fun to hear him, because I've just seeing him in interviews and stuff. He's a great speaker. Like I just like hearing him talk and tell stories and stuff.
Really
And
funny dude.
it's
Really funny dude.
yeah, he's a really cool dude. I really like how that's why it drove me crazy when that lawsuit was going on. They were trying to characterize him in a certain
Yeah,
way,
and
you
it's just
know.
like
And
what?
I'm just like, that's he's a, you know, a great dude, a great filmmaker. The pressure he was under making that show because he knew that they were going to fire him any day. I'm like, no wonder he was like, you know, sending emails to people like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, he fucking is great. And the movie, like, so many of my just favorite people are involved in this movie. Like Roger Deakins, my favorite cinematographer, shot the shit out of this movie.
Yeah. Hell
Uh,
fucking yeah.
Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, two of my favorite actors, largely because of this movie, but also because I love them in other shit as well. Morgan Freeman's best performance of all time, in my opinion. I used to think it was Tim Robbins' best performance, and then I saw Mystic River. But this is a close second still. He is just, the way he plays Andy is just so fucking, I mean, it never ceases to amaze me the way he just like is so intelligent and so just like, I don't know. He plays him in a certain way that, because when you look at like a lot of the people that the studio was considering casting, like Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise and people like that, they would have just been played it more like, I'm sure they would have given great performances, but it would have been more like just a
Tom
straight,
Cruise would have fucking crawled through that shit
oh, he would have done it for real.
the whole time. They would have put
But
a GoPro on him back then,
I
and they didn't have that yet.
absolutely love the shot though where it goes through and then like cuts to the flashback and then comes back to that same shot.
yeah. But if you had, those guys would have done great, but it would have been more like an everyman kind of performance, whereas Tim Robbins just brought a special quality to it. I don't know. It wasn't just like a straightforward thing. Like there were just so many layers to that character. He made him very like not normal, just very quiet and kind of reserved, but also very intelligent and just like there's just so many layers to the performance. And all the Bob Gunton, one of the most hateable, like top three most hateable characters in film history, that fucker playing Pat McCrory. I mean the warden. Fucking
My God.
I'm sorry. What did I say a second ago? Scratch that. But yeah, no, he
High key looks like that fuck. Just gonna
yeah,
say
and acts like him too.
it.
Built a toll
Don't
road with
say.
bribes.
If it
Very,
looks like a
very
duck
similar.
and quacks like a duck, might be a
Exactly.
duck.
It's a
Exactly.
goose.
Yeah. Duck, duck, goose, motherfucker. But no, he's fantastic. Everything I see him in, you know, he's great. And Clancy Brown is so goddamn evil in this movie. It
Yeah.
is just, but also has some of the craziest fucking lines like, if I see here so much as a mouse fart, you will all, I swear by God and Sonny Jesus, you will all visit the infirmary. Every last motherfucker in here. I'm like,
I just
God
remembered
damn.
William Sadler. We haven't talked about him yet.
William Sadler is so great as
Oh
Haywood.
man.
And
Yeah.
fucking, yeah, one of the, I just, he's, every scene he's in, he's fucking Alexandri dumbass.
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 And his confrontation with the librarian with
County of
Weaver
Monte
is just
Cristo.
insane.
Yeah. Fucking James Whitmore as Brooks. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like,
Whew.
every time, I've seen this movie so many times. that shit gets me every goddamn time I watch it. Just
I
so
really want
fucking
to watch this
heartbreaking.
movie. Give him hell, Harry. That's something that like has been a potential pick, but never been on streaming.
That's one I've always wanted to see because that's the one he was nominated for.
Mhm.
But yeah, he was one of the hearts of the movie to me. His scenes were I love the first scene where you meet him, where they make you think for a second that he's just the crazy old man. It makes it seem like he wants to eat the worm himself. He's
Mhm.
like, ah, that's nice and ripe, and then he feeds it to the bird, and I'm like, oh, okay,
So
he's normal.
heartwarming. He
Yeah,
cares.
but and then just that scene where he has to let Jake go. Oh, that shit fucking kills me. Just like, I don't know, something about it this time in particular. I was like, God damn, like that's sad as fuck, him having to separate
We
from
brought
Jake.
up
But
David Proval yet?
yeah, random as fuck him being in
Yeah.
this. And I was gonna mention too, all of the little side prisoners in the gang are like such a part of the movie too. Like they all probably only have like maybe 3 or 4 lines apiece, but they're just such a, I don't know, like they're such
It's
a part of it.
personality.
They're in every scene with Andy and Red, and it's just like you can get a sense of like this group has been hanging out for 20 years plus for some of them, and just I don't know, each of them, even in their little bits, they get to inject like personality into them. And Mark Rolston as the rapist is fucking crazy. Like those
Yeah.
scenes, goddamn, he is menacing as
And then the
shit.
narration right after Andy did not give his mouth. And then, oh my
Yeah,
God.
he did not put anything in his mouth,
Mouth,
and neither did
yeah.
his friends.
Well, that's why like it's funny because in the beginning I kind of thought Clancy Brown was low key about to start coming around after he started doing the taxes, and then he like beats the shit out of the rapist, which I know is like he was ordered to do that because of the warden. But still, I was like maybe he's coming around. No, no, he never
No,
comes
not
back
not
around.
not at all. And one
So
of
he
my
goes.
favorite one of my favorite lines too is like, "Where do you get this shit? I read it. You know how to read, you ignorant fuck." Just the way Tim Robbins
So
delivers that line.
that's one of the lines that I forgot was a line because of AMC. I just remember it being, you know how to read.
Oh, well, oh
And
yeah, I guess they would
they,
have to
they
cut
cut
that a
out.
little
And
bit.
Yeah.
so when he said you ignorant fuck, that hit me a little harder this time. I was like, damn, I forgot he got
Yeah.
him with that one.
hmm Yeah, that
I also forgot he
fucking
got raped, but
Yeah.
it's neither here nor there. I'm
yep,
just,
quite a few times.
I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah,
I wish I could tell you
yeah.
that Andy Dufresne fought the good fight, but prison is no fairy tale world.
Nope. Nope.
But yeah,
Nope.
the whole thing is, and I remember it's so funny because the first time I saw this, I wasn't familiar with the Stephen King tropes yet. I didn't know, I remember the first half of the movie thinking, I didn't know the warden was going to be like an evil bad guy because he doesn't seem like that evil at first. He just seems like, okay, maybe he's a little bit of a tight ass, but you have no indication that he's going to
But
become
yeah.
what he becomes. But it's so funny now. I'm like, oh, now that I know all the Stephen King tropes, the second he says he's religious, I'm like, oh, he's the bad guy. It's a Stephen King story. That's of course he's the bad guy.
Frank talked
But
about how important the scene was where John, or I don't know why I said John, Tim Robbins reads the scripture and they go back and forth with that.
because that's the one that he reads is John chapter
Yeah.
something. But
Yeah.
because
Um
I love the part he writes in the book. You were right, Warden. Salvation lies within, and he
he
hid the
was
rock
he
hammer
was
in the
talking a
book.
lot about how much sometimes the work that you make, which in point to Synecdoche, New York, connects with people in a way that you never intended, and then it becomes their life in a way that you just can't don't have control of. And even when you're not continuing the writing or you're not continuing the work, that world still lives on without you.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point. And and I know that's something that he has talked about. Like he still to this day, I know I've heard him talk about it, is astonished at just how many people love this movie and like how much like it's like he just made a movie back in 1990 whatever, and then 30 plus years later people still come up to him and tell them how it like changed their lives and everything. So he's right in that sense. Like the art keeps doing its work after he's made it, and touching people and affecting people and all that good stuff. One thing I have to mention too, like the writing in this is like some of the dialogue is just so Frank Darabont has such a gift for writing dialogue. It's so I love how he finds ways to like have these. He gives so much depth to every character. All of his movies are so good at that. Even the smallest character feels important, and he's so good at writing such like profound monologues without them feeling overwritten at all. Like one of my favorite monologues ever. First of all, the rehabilitation scene is fucking beautiful. But then also, I love that whole when they're sitting on the roof drinking the beer. That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
scenes in the movie, where he's just like, and for the first time, we sat with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men. We were the lords of all creation. I was like, it's like the way he writes it. It's just so, there's such a rhythm to it. It's just,
I
it's
keep
so
bringing up
great.
the commentary, but he was talking about how happy the crew was and the actors and everything when they would film outside because they were so like tight knit and like stuck inside, and it was so cold outside, but they were still so happy to film it. But you had to film quick because it was so cold for legal purposes for actors.
Right.
So
Yeah, and the whole thing where I just yeah the writing is great. The whole thing, and it's Darabont is so humble too because I've heard him talk about it where people ask him like how did you write that script? He's like, oh well, it wasn't really me, it was the great story by Stephen King, and that was already there, and I just took it and kind of just adapted it. I was like, no, 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 motherfucker, you
you
give
did some
yourself
shit,
credit.
you fuck.
I
Well,
was like,
I heard a story, and I don't know if it's for this one or Green Mile. I'm pretty sure it was for this one though, that he had like a cat with him the whole time, like it
oh
was his
really?
writing partner. Yeah, I can't. I'm pretty sure it was this one that he like just stayed with him under his desk pretty much every day he was writing.
That's awesome.
That's
So
cool. I
yeah,
love the story. Like the story of him making this movie is so inspirational to me. And it's why it's so fucked up the way he was treated in his later career. Because the way his career started, because he was a screenwriter for a while, and this was his first time directing, and he managed to get the rights to the book for very cheap, like for $5 or some shit, literally from Stephen King. I don't know how he did that. I can't remember. But Castle Rock, who produced this, which is Rob Reiner's production company, they bought it and they were willing to pay him $1 million to let Rob Reiner direct it. He wanted to direct it, and he wanted to cast Tom Cruise as Andy and either Harrison Ford or Jack Nicholson as Red. And
That's
yeah,
wild.
or
should have
Robert
been
Redford or
nah.
someone like
It should have
that.
been. You know who the ultimate cast would have been?
Who?
Billy Crystal and Bruno Kirby.
Honestly, Billy Crystal as Andy, I can, get busy living, I get busy dying. I love it.
Imagine him saying, "They want the nail." They want the what? And he just
That
starts
would be
saying,
great. That would be fucking great. But yeah, that was what he wanted to do. And $1 million to Darabont at that time as a screenwriter, he was like, that sounds pretty tempting.
Insane.
But he was like, I love the way he tells the story. He's like, no, this is something I need to do. Like, I need to direct this. He's like, I really feel like if I do this, it'll be something really special. And that story has always resonated with me because I just love the idea of like just this guy who trusted his instincts. He had the offer to like let more experienced people do it, but he was like he just believed in himself and he had a vision and he executed that vision, and he had never directed a movie before, and he made a fucking masterpiece that's on every goddamn list of the greatest movies ever, at the top of the IMDb list, top of a lot of lists. I mean, this beautiful movie. And then it was funny. He must have mentioned this in the commentary because he's told this story 100 times. Where he said in the book, Red was a white Irish guy with red hair, and Andy was described as being short, and so that was what he had in his mind. And then he found Tim Robbins, one of the tallest actors in Hollywood, and Morgan Freeman, who's not a white Irish guy. So just the total
Hey, he
opposite
is
for
in
both
this
of them.
movie. You
So
can't tell me
what?
otherwise. You can't convince me. He is in this movie.
Who is?
Morgan Freeman.
Oh, he's Irish. Yeah, yeah, he is. He says so. He says
Mhm.
so because yeah, and I love that they kept that line in.
Mhm.
It's very funny. But yeah, and the whole thing just I'm just thinking of other great lines. I can't name them all or we'd be here forever, but yeah, it's the whole thing is, and god damn, like I said, down to the last fucking character. Like, obviously, the big ones like Brooks and Tommy, you know, you're gonna feel sad when they die because they're major characters. But even like the fat ass guy, like that scene wrecks me every time I see it. Like when Clancy Brown just kills the shit out of him, I'm just
Yeah.
like, God damn, like that character, you barely even know who he is, and you feel your heart just aches every time that scene happens.
Especially because like the way that the warden talks him through it and is like, so you're willing to testify, right? And everything. And he's like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, anything you want. And it's just like
Yeah. Oh, that scene is fucked.
that's his death
That's
sentence.
I'll never
Sorry,
forget
you
what
were thinking of I'm thinking of someone else.
of of
I
Tommy.
always,
Tommy.
Yeah, I was
yeah, as
talking
a
about
kid too, I never
the
understood that he killed him. I always thought he'd just like beat him up and send him to the infirmary vibe. And
yeah.
then it was later on and like it wasn't this one, but it was the one like 3 times ago, and I was like, oh fuck, he killed his
No,
ass.
literally for the first like however many times I watched the movie, I didn't know that either. And then I don't remember which time I saw it, but that finally clicked. I was like, God damn, he killed him. That's fucked up, you know? And it explains why Haywood is so upset in that
Yeah.
scene. But yeah, it's
That's why
just
every character is so emotionally driven, even when they have such small parts. They are
that's what
like
I'm saying. Darabont has always been so good at that. Like in the Green Mile, um Graham Greene, Rip, he just recently passed.
R.I.P.
His character in that movie is pretty much only in one scene, and it's one of the most beautiful scenes in the movie where he has that whole monologue about like what he would want to do if he could, fucking if heaven is like the greatest night of his life and they get to live it over and over again and shit. That is like, I mean, he's so good at that. Just every character has such emotional depth and just no one is unimportant. And it just, I don't know, he's such a great writer and yeah, the whole thing, and okay, this is like,
And sorry, you just said the through line of this episode. No one is unimportant because as we discovered,
Amen.
that's that. We needed every member of the team, even caretaker, even in his death. He was there with them, and now we are here. So,
yes. And I also just have to say, speaking of no one being unimportant, you know, as you will agree, Sam, one of the most important aspects of any film is music. And the music in this movie by Mr. Thomas Newman.
the
Let me just
return,
get
the
on
return.
let me just get on one more soapbox here for a minute. Thomas Newman is my favorite composer of all time. His score for this film is one of the greatest scores in film history, and the fact that that man has not won an Academy Award yet. He has been nominated
Bullshit.
like literally like 12 times at least, maybe more, I'm not kidding, and has never goddamn won is a crime. And so help me Jesus, they better rectify it eventually. Because it took Deakins like 30 years to win an Oscar, so maybe it'll take, if not longer, so maybe he'll get one eventually, who knows. But the music in this movie is absolutely beautiful. Just every piece of music just fucking works. I swear it's like you've never heard. It's one of those really just unique scores where there's so many scores, even great ones, where you hear it, you can't pick out what it's from. You hear one of the tracks from this, you hear the main theme from this, you know what the fuck it's from. You're like, oh, that's the theme from the Shawshank Redemption because it stands out that fucking much. And yeah, just also one more thing. I knew
Sorry, I
this
need
was
to
going
say
to
something
happen.
about that though, real quick. The
Oh, go ahead.
instrumentation that he uses is so just tangible and like there's like you could squeeze it almost. It's so like it's rich, but it's not a like thick rich. It's something that is like it's soft on the exterior, but it is very deep rooted. And I just really appreciate that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, as a bass player, the bass is an important instrument in this score,
Yeah.
with the duh, 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 like just I love that. It sets the mood every time the scene where Andy first shows up to the prison and that bass is
Yeah.
going off. I'm just like it sets the tone so well right off the bat there. But and one other thing I just have to mention, the fucking attention to detail. Like I also have to point out, like, because I was about to say how well this was directed by Darabont. He was not nominated for Best Director at the Oscars when this came out. I mean,
Is it just Best
Who
Picture?
was?
uh, let's see. Well, Robert Zemeckis won for Forrest Gump. And there were a couple. I can't remember everybody. I think Mike.
94, right? I want to look at it.
Yep.
94 was a good year for movies. Pulp
94 was a
Fiction
good
that
year, but this
Lion
was
King,
yeah. That
Forrest Gump,
that's
this.
the thing. Like this, Forrest Gump and Pulp Fiction all competing in the
Imagine, yeah, I was about to say, imagine going to the theaters that year. You can get a hell of a lot of movies.
Hell yeah, great
Like
fucking year for movies. Ed Wood, I'll throw that one in there too. That's a great one.
Clerks.
Clerks, yeah, fucking hell, a lot of great
Yeah.
movies that year. But a lot of debuts because Kevin Smith and Frank Darabont. But
Wait, Desperate? No.
that was 95.
Okay, because I was gonna say, yeah, close, but
Um,
not the same.
The Last Seduction, underrated little gem. But yeah, fucking Four Weddings and a Funeral, that was another one. But yeah,
So many. I'm trying to think of another one, but like I can't.
um what was I gonna say? Oh, but yeah, because the movie, didn't win a single Oscar, first of all, which is insane. And I'm not one of these people. I hate people who hate Forrest Gump. Like, get the fuck over it. I'm like, The Shawshank Redemption is my favorite movie of all time, and it didn't win a thing. If I can get over that, the rest of the people can get over it for Forrest Gump. I'm like,
Forrest
fuck
Gump
off.
is so good. Yeah.
Forrest Gump is a masterpiece as well.
That would have been one of my like also top favorites as well that I could.
And Pulp Fiction, like the three of those competing in one year, I'm like, those are all worthy of winning Best Picture, and they were in the same fucking year.
Mhm.
So
It was Forrest Gump, Bullets Over Broadway with Woody Allen nominated, Quentin Tarantino for Pulp Fiction, Robert Redford, R.I.
fucking P to the goat.
for Quiz Show, which is a movie I really want to watch on this.
I want to pick that for that
That'd be a
show.
good one to
And
talk
then-
about. Yeah.
Speaking of, since we talked about it, I think last week or the week before, Krzysztof Kiliowski's Red.
Oh, the three
From-
colors.
from
Oh,
the Three
okay.
Colors.
That was a really good year for movies.
Yeah, for sure. Stacked.
Let's see. I wish like the Oscars were like that again, where you're sitting there and you're like, "Fuck, I like all of these. I want all of them to win. Like, I'll have my one pick." But even then, I'm not mad. Like, it's not like this year where you're like, "I'm kind of mad if something wins."
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, well, with Amelia Perez, how could you not be?
I was like, you're like, okay, we got one we hate. The rest
one that
are like
everyone fucking hated.
ebbs and flows, but
yeah, but it's funny because the movie was not a hit when it came out in theaters. It actually bombed at the box office, and
That's crazy.
It wasn't until, and this just shows you, RIP to Blockbuster, man. That the fucking home video sales were always so helpful for a lot of movies because once this hit the home video market, it exploded. Everyone fucking saw it. That was when it got traction, and then it getting awards nominations and stuff like that. And I love the story that Morgan Freeman always tells, where he was like, it was because of the title. That's why nobody saw it. He's like, and no, you have to have word of mouth, and the word of mouth on that, people are like, oh, I saw this great movie. What's it called? The Scrimshaw reduction, the the Hudsucker retraction, like, what's it? He's like, so people couldn't get the title out, so that's why no one saw it. And I'm like, that's a fair point.
That's why we keep it simple now. The Shank is the Shank, and
Shank.
it will always be
The
the
Shank.
yeah, if you remake the Shank or the Shawshank, you call it the Shank.
Exactly.
It's starring Timothy Chalamet and Adam Sandler.
Fucking hell. That would be weird as shit. But
One thing I forgot.
Chalamet!
Literally, that's him coming into the prison.
Yeah.
Chalamet!
Chalamet!
And then Clancy Brown still is
Yeah,
reprised.
he'll still look, literally, other than like obvious age, he looks the same.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks a lot older now, but
Just as intimidating.
Just as intimidating. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to mention about Longest Yard is that there is another remake of The Longest Yard as well that I forgot to bring up. Not the Adam Sandler one.
The porn parody?
No.
Oh,
A legitimate fucking remake that I'm actually curious about. That's set in England. Starring none other than Vinnie Jones and Jason Statham, called Mean Machine.
what?
It's about soccer.
Of course
Instead.
it is.
Or rugby or some shit. I was like, one of the two, but I'm pretty sure it's soccer. And I'm like, I think it might be rugby because that one's more of a contact sport. But like, still, I was like, I kind of want to see this now.
Crazy.
Legit, I'm actually curious about what that would be like.
It's got a similar rating as The Longest Yard does.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So I'm like, I feel like it's gonna be totally different, but
Oh, for sure. But that still seems like something that would be a lot of fun to watch. But one last thing I did want to say before we wrap up Shawshank. There's just one particular part that I love every time I see it, where fucking this is a testament to how well directed it is. The scene where Red goes to dig up the rocks and get the note that Andy left him, just the fucking attention to detail where you notice there's this bird in the background that keeps making a noise. And every time Red just like looks around like, what the fuck is that? Like he's been in
Goddamn
prison
cicadas.
for so goddamn long. He legitimately just does not, he's like, what the fuck? He's not used to that, And I'm just like, what a great attention, like little things like that that just make it so much more real,
I love the scene when he's buying the ticket for the bus and he's just like, yeah, they won't notice I'm gone. I'm already old enough. What are they gonna do? Put me back in the system?
The same line that Brooks said, but in a positive way this time.
Exactly.
Like, I doubt they'll kick up much fuss, not for an old crook like me, like, but in a positive context this time. Like, he didn't succumb to it like Brooks did. And I also just have to say, only prison movie I can think of where they touch on the themes of, like, being institutionalized like that, where it's just like, you fucking, you think that no one would ever want to leave, I mean, stay in a prison. But when you stay there for decades and decades of your life, I mean, that's all you understand, and you can't. I mean, that's just some shit that is just, I mean, really deep and like, and just the scenes of Brooke when Brooks gets out, being like, seeing how the world has evolved since he went to jail. Like him just being like, I saw an automobile once when I was a kid, but now they're everywhere. Like imagine you go into jail and cars are barely a thing yet, and
It's
then you come
no,
out
it's
and
very
there's goddamn
obvious.
a million of them,
It's very
and
obvious. Sorry.
And
yeah.
I'm eating
imagine you
something
go
that
into
Andy
jail.
Dufresne got to enjoy, but not very many Americans got to enjoy, and that's a tortilla chip.
Hey,
And
I was gonna say, imagine you go to jail and there's just a quarter pounder, and you get out of jail and there's a fucking double quarter pounder.
Well, Terry Crews had those double quarter
Exact.
pounders.
Yep. He would have
So,
provided the McGee's.
indeed. But I've gushed about this movie enough. I mean, I could talk about it for another
it's
five
just
hours,
so
but I'm not
good.
going to.
It's
It's
so
just,
good.
yeah, it's amazing. It's a masterpiece. I love it. It'll always be my favorite movie. I doubt anything will ever top it. I'll never forget the first time I saw it. It just,
I know who's Boggs will top it.
And Rooster, his friend Rooster, because you broke his nose, so I think you ought to have something to show for it.
Exactly. That
And
was one of the
this
most
is not
fucked lines.
Shawshank Redemption.
That was one of the
Yeah.
most fucked up lines.
hmm But yeah, the whole,
And
and also Clancy Brown, other fucked up lines like, "Yeah, my brother just died." Oh, damn, I'm sorry. I'm not. He was an asshole anyway. He's such a piece of shit. I'm just like the wild ass lines that
So
come out of his
like not stoic, but just like the way they depict the shadows on his face are very telling of what he's like
mouth.
when the lights are on his face too. And so the like you said, there's so much attention to detail that brings
I
forth
mean,
these personalities within these characters that are not even like shown to you exactly. You just understand the darkness and the forward expressions versus the private ones.
Yeah, that's very true. Again, gorgeous. That's thanks in part to the, gorgeous cinematography from Roger Deakins and just the lighting and just,
Oh yeah.
the way all the actors'
the way
faces
they
are filmed and just all that.
because like that, like in tandem with the camera movement, the blocking of the actors too, like that
Mm,
scene where he shoots Tommy and you see a silhouette there, and then he just kind of backs up into the light, like you
yeah.
said, so like that just kind of the
Mm-hmm.
way they move, and then also that shot, that over the head shot of fucking the warden looking down at Tommy, and the way he just walks right under the lamp, like
Yep.
perfectly. I was like,
And
there's nothing.
the one take on the roof is insane towards the beginning.
Oh, I was going to mention
Uh,
that. The
like
fucking such a great shot where I'm like, so many other directors would not have gotten that shot of just like the overhead, like the crane down to Andy and Clancy Brown just standing there, just like, and you see the two guys on the ground at the bottom. So
Mhm.
I'm
fucking
sorry, I
great.
didn't bring this up, and I don't mean to bring up the longest yard again, but I love this scene when Adam Sandler gets kicked off the bus and he just like fucking
Oh,
flies
yeah.
and flop backs, and then God, I can't say that word.
Juxtaposition.
Juxtaposed with Shawshank and his entrance to prison. It's
Very similar, both prison movies, and a lot of similarities for sure.
mm-hmm.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
Adam Sandler didn't get raped by the sisters, but
No,
I mean,
hopefully with less
Boris
sodomy.
Leachman did some things.
he
to
did say
him.
that. You're right. So that is the connection.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler does get his ass kicked in the beginning of that movie for a
He
good
does.
minute.
Oh, yeah.
William Fichtner is beating the shit out of him. That's
I
for
mean,
sure.
they make it a crux.
And
of the
who
movie
knows
that,
what Cloris
people
Leachman did to him.
I think even Chris Rock said he lost money on him. Like people were counting on him, and he let him down, but he didn't in the end.
Exactly. Also, my favorite, this is the last thing I'll say, my favorite Clancy Brown line. I use this sometimes in real life because it's fucking hilarious. Oh, that's funny. You're gonna look even funnier sucking my dick with no teeth.
God damn. All right.
Who do you say that to? The elderly?
Yeah, I was gonna say like
as a joke, you know,
context?
to my mailman. But
I thought you were gonna say
there have
to,
just
like-
been times. There have just been times like where I'm just joking around. I'll just be like, "Oh, that's funny."
To the attorney, because you technically get all of our lawsuits from every single country. You're gonna get Ireland soon because of what I said today. But so
We've pissed off pretty much all of Europe at this point.
yeah, I'm just happy. Well, I know we did Banshees and the whole St. Patrick's special.
Oh, I from the first second of that episode, I offended the Irish. I mean, with my accent. I mean, come on, we got them a long time ago. But
we got to remind them that they're still on our hit list.
yes, which brings me to, if we're done, I have, now that we have come to the end of our picks in the 1 year anniversary special, it's time for a journey, a presentation of sorts that I've been working on for quite some time. Let's see. I'm going to try to share the screen and just pray to Christ that it doesn't kick me out or freeze me or anything like that.
By one of the
But one of the balls supporting the shaft. Hell yeah. Well, now, Jackson, the tables have turned because we are the ball supporting your shaft.
Yes. Okay, let's see if I can.
From
Get
beginning
this.
or current slide.
Okay.
There we go.
It all looks good on your end?
Yep.
Yes.
So first, we have the 3 for 3 Actors Hall of Fame. These are the actors that have made many appearances on our show. Some good, some not so much, but we'll get to them. First off, as we mentioned, is 6-timer. If it'll do it. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes. Sorry, I need to move this imagery. Yes, I got to look at all those photos.
Yes.
Woo!
As long as one of you can see all of them, or both of you can see all of them. I don't know if you can.
I can both. Yeah,
Damn,
I
is the top left the one from Synecdoche?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. That's him early in the movie, before things take a turn.
When he meets her at the bar.
Yes. So there he is in Synecdoche, Son of a Woman, Mission Impossible 3, 25th Hour, Money for Nothing, and Stayed in Maine. Mr. Hoffman has made many appearances on our show, more than any other actor. This episode makes him the only 6-timer, and I can't think of anybody I'd rather have on this show 6 times, because motherfucker was absolutely goated. And the movies he starred in were fantastic. And it's been 11 fucking years since he died, but it's never too soon to say rip to the fucking late Philly Seymour Hoffman. Every time I watch him in something,
I've been
I'm
doing it
just
wrong.
like,
Sorry.
is that
1,
what?
2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or there you go.
And then
Oh, hey.
The 4th nail in the foreskin, baby. And who do we have next? He's the only 6-timer, but then we have 2 5-timers. Who are they? Mr. Daddy Defoe himself.
Yeah.
Willem. There he is, looking daddy as fuck, as usual, in Spider-Man, in Boondock Saints 2, in Last Temptation of the Christ, Affliction, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. He has graced our show many times. He is also a goated actor. Always amazing. No matter, look at each of these parts.
Wow. 4 of those were you, Jackson.
In the Last Temptation of Christ, he's actually Sonny.
He's skin kissed, okay? Skin kissed.
Yeah, he's
Sonny
almost.
of Christ.
Yeah. Wait, how many of these were? Well, I don't
4.
know.
You did Spider-Man. You did Once Upon a Time in
No,
Mexico.
Matt did Spider-Man
Oh, you did Matt.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
and Boondocks.
Oh, you did Scent of a Woman. So yeah, three of the
Three of
5.
them. Okay. Well, that's none of them are yours. I can't believe
No,
it.
which is crazy.
Oh wow.
That is pretty wild.
Absolutely crazy.
You got to pick a Defoe movie.
Exactly. Next
coming
season.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, he has graced our show many times. Always a pleasure seeing Mr. Defoe. And the other 5-timer, one you wouldn't necessarily expect, Mr. Robert De Niro, who's graced our show.
Oh, that's a wonderful photo from Brazil.
Yep.
God damn, that's a good photo from Brazil.
Him in his fucking plumber outfit or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Got the meta glasses on.
There he is in Brazil, in New Year's Eve, Once Upon a Time in America, Bloody Mama, and Silver Linings Playbook. Very wide a range of movies, can I just say. All very different movies. he's
got
good
young
at
De
them.
Niro, old De Niro, and middle De Niro.
And then like Baby De Niro and Bloody Mama.
Yep.
And then we have some 4-timers. Mr. John Cusack, all 4 of which have been in season 2. I don't know why. We've all been on the fucking
crazy.
John Cusack train this season.
He deserves it.
He does. He is a wonderful, wonderful actor. Always great in everything. There he is in War Inc., in Love and Mercy. There's his animated form from Anastasia. And, of course, Money for Nothing. So, Harry Dean Stanton.
Hey.
Goated as fuck. And just always a delight. As Roger Ebert said, makes everything he's in better. There he is in The Straight Story, in Alpha Dog, in Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, and in The Last Temptation of the Christ, playing just wonderful, memorable characters. I loved him. I have to say, him and Alpha Dog, he was so goddamn funny. It was just like such a standout in that movie to me. Wasn't in it a ton, but was like, he made the most of all his scenes.
He fucking said some wild shit. And then that shot of him with the hose.
Yeah.
One of the best shots.
Yeah. Jessica Alba, who Sam and I 100% did. We saw in that hotel.
We saw her in that hotel.
It happened. We saw it. Matt, you can
You
be jealous all you want, but it happened. There she is. There she
Along
is.
with Tugboat.
Say what?
Along with Tugboat.
Along with Tugboat. But there she is in the 2 Fantastic Four movies, in Valentine's Day and in The Spoils of Babylon. Yeah, there's Tugboat right next to her.
Still one of the best choices on the podcast, in my opinion.
Yes. Well, that's,
Hey, only because it had connections to Only Old Men Go to Battle. That's the only reason why I would defend that had a through line.
Kind of did.
Genuinely fucking mattered.
We've gotten some good material out of this, over that pick out of the years.
I'll defend it.
Christopher Walken.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy, again.
All 3 from the same episode.
Yeah, all 3 from the same episode. Yep.
The unofficial Christopher Walken episode.
Yep. Still a great episode. Sleepy Hollow, The Rundown, and King of New York. Killed it in all 3 and got killed in all 3.
Yeah.
So, always happy to see him. But then there are the bad ones.
Oh, you skipped Sarah Jessica Parker.
God damn it. Ah!
You keep going
I was
forward.
about to say, Rosario Dawson ain't the bad one.
No, but she's bad as fuck, though. Sarah Jessica Parker. She's bad as fuck, though. Sarah Jessica Parker, the bad Hall of Fame members, the ones who are not here for good reasons. Yes, Miss Parker has unfortunately been in some very bad films on our podcast, though some of them were enjoyable. The Family Stone was not one of them. But New Year's Eve, while not the best movie, I did have a fun time with. And then there she is in State and Maine. She, if you can look really closely, you can see her conveying how much she doesn't want to show her tits. Even though we can all, of course, draw them from memory.
Exactly.
Steven Seagal, also in the Bad Hall of Fame.
Your melon joke is so fucking funny.
From the 25th hour one? Yeah. Yeah. His was not, though. And he himself as Sam pointed out, is a war criminal, a coward, a fascist, an absolute piece of trash, and all that good shit. Also, all from the same episode. So, he is one of our greatest foes. There is no doubt about that. Rosario Dawson. Bad as fuck, as I just said a minute ago. But in the best way. There she is in the rundown, in Shattered Glass, and of course, in 25th Hour. She has always been a welcome presence here. I've enjoyed all the movies very much that she's been in. Hector Elizondo and Larry Miller, who I couldn't find any pictures of, from the 3 Gary Marshall movies.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
The 2 of them were in all 3 of those, and we got to shout them out. Because that was one of my favorite little journeys.
God, the photo behind him makes me
That was a good journey.
Yeah, the 3 Gary Marshall movies. But, so shout out to the 2 of them.
And all 3, he has a dead wife, right?
No, Shirley MacLaine is his wife in Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay. That photo makes me think she is dead. I don't really remember Valentine's Day because I've seen.
You tried to block it out
since,
as much as possible.
and I try to block it out.
Understandable. Harvey Keitel.
His ginger fucking hair kills me.
I like how Last Temptation of Christ has caused been the cause of 3 of these people.
I know. Well, and maybe one more yet to come.
Oh.
So there he is in Last Temptation, in The Duelists, and of course in Smoke. So
Smoke is so good.
Say what?
Smoke is so good.
Smoke is so good. Such a great movie. So was The Duelists. Last Temptation, but it had its moments, I guess. But
It caused a great bit. So
oh
Exactly.
boy, did it ever! Caused many great bits. But he's been killing it for sure. Victor Argo, who there he is in King of New York, in Last Temptation, and in Smoke. He was on the show, if I'm not mistaken, 3 weeks in a row, which was fucking insane. I didn't even know who the fucking guy was before the first one, and then he was on the show 3 weeks in a row, and I was like, shout out to this dude for popping up 3 times. I fucking loved him in King of New York. He was one of my favorite parts of that movie. So shout out to him.
mm-hmm.
Peter O'Toole, a recent addition.
God, why does he look so fucking dry? Oh wait, he's British. There we go. I know the answer.
Sam finally got in on the British hate. At
Yeah.
long last. Glad to see you've come around. But yes, there he is.
The Beckett photo, he looks a little sweaty, but
Yeah.
I think it's the lighting.
He looks
It's the youth.
he looks
it's the
very
youth.
pissed off in the Lion in Winter one. He's pretty
Oh, yeah,
pissed
he
off
is.
that whole movie.
Staring at
although
Katharine Hepburn.
his real name in that movie, of course, is Daddy. You'll take what Daddy gives you.
Or you'll be hung from the nipples. I love that line so much.
Yeah, that's fucking insane, her saying that. But the Stuntman, the Lion in Winter, and Beckett, of course. 2 of those are pretty recent movies.
All
Tim
3
Blake
from
Nelson.
Season 2. Sorry.
I couldn't find a picture of him in The Last Shot, but he was in that. And he was also in Hoot and in Fant Four Stick. And as we pointed out last week, he is always playing the reasonable guy who they're trying to make the bad guy for some reason, even though he's the most reasonable one in the goddamn movie. In all 3 of those films, that is his character. So,
Spot on.
shout out to him. Love seeing him in everything.
I love how you have his left ear just big as fuck, taking a part of the frame.
Time too.
Absolutely. Lawrence Fishburne. Or
God, I forget he was
Larry.
the Silver Sister.
the one on the very right actually is Larry Fishburne, but the other 2 are Lawrence Fishburne. Yes, he is indeed the voice of the Silver Surfer, weirdly enough. But there he is in that, in Mission Impossible 3, and in King of New York, of course. Kyle MacLachlan in the Twin Peaks pilot, Twin Peaks Firewalk with Me, and Blue Velvet. Fucking killing it all over the goddamn place. And of course, he is not the only Twin Peaks actor that we have on this show, in this Hall of Fame. We also have Dana Ashbrook.
Oh, not the
Who's
person
also-
I thought you would say, but I guess she was 2, not 3. No, she's 3. She better
Who?
be 3. Fuck, all of a sudden, Faculty and both of the Twin Peaks.
Piper Laurie?
Piper Laurie.
Nope, just 2. Because she wasn't in Firewalk with Me.
She wasn't in Firewalk with Me? What the
Nope.
fuck?
A lot of the cast wasn't in that movie. They left a lot of characters out.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
What's
otherwise
the one
she
on the
would
right?
be-
That's fucking
That's
fantastic.
Sundown Vampires
Oh,
Retreat.
right.
Yeah, so he was in
Fuck,
the pilot, he was in
Redmond's in that.
Firewalk with Me, and he was in Sundown. And I didn't know who the fuck he was yet when we watched that because I hadn't started Twin Peaks yet.
But
So now
you
I'm
knew,
sure-
you found out.
Absolutely.
Found out very
Bobby
quick.
Motherfucking Briggs, that's who. Doing a weird ass backwards dance at his high school. Dermot Mulroney, who Sam on about
Dylan McDermott.
yeah, who Sam on 100,000 occasions referred to as Dylan McDermott every goddamn time.
So worth
Dermot
it.
Mulroney, there he is in Kansas City talking to Harry Belafonte, and there he is in The Family Stone.
God, Kansas City was such a good movie. I completely forget about that one, but it is a banger.
That was that was one that I was very surprised by that I like so much. And there he is in Flash of Genius at the end there.
With his therapy.
He's been killing
Yeah,
it. He
with
was
his
he was
hairpiece.
a season. We haven't had a movie from him yet this season.
The
All of his
hairpiece that
movies
Clark
this
Gregg wishes he had.
season. Very true. Kurt Russell.
God, Interstate 66 was one of the
Yeah.
wildest things ever.
His fucking
Young
wild ass
young
scene.
and old Kurt Russell.
Yeah, we've had the whole range of Kurt Russell. We got him in Sky High. We got his wild ass scene in Interstate 60. And we got him in The Computer Who Wore Tennis Shoes. Truly, we have seen it all from Mr. Russell on his podcast, on this podcast.
Now we just need
Johnny
a
Depp.
song.
Oh yeah.
Whether it was Sleepy Hollow,
Gonzo.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico, or his Gonzo part, where he fucking narrated a lot of Hunter S. Thompson's passages. Yes, Mr. Depp has been a good friend of the podcast because none of us are psychotic blonde bitches who are trying to ruin his life.
Or
So-
shit in his bed.
Yeah.
or shit in his bed or cut off his thumb. We will never do that to you, Johnny. And last, but certainly not least, one more Last Temptation returning favorite, Miss Barbara Hershey. There she is in Last Temptation, in Hoosiers, and in The Stuntman.
Frankly, I'm a little disappointed you didn't pick the old age makeup.
I fucking should have.
Then we could have had all of Barbara Hershey.
Yep, all the different Hersheys.
Hershey's
Get some Hershey's
Kisses.
kisses
Hey.
from Barbara.
The only Hershey kisses you're getting are from the scat recipe I give to Famke Jensen. Okay, Jackson?
I'll take it. Those are the only Hershey kisses I want. But yes, that is the Actors Hall of Fame. And those are the ones, some good, most good, some bad. But those are the ones who have graced our show. We thank these actors for giving us such a good time, except for Steven Seagal and Sarah Jessica Parker. But things aren't always good here on this podcast with good actors. We also have many enemies. Many enemies that we've made. We've pissed off
Alec
many
Baldwin.
people. And these are our greatest enemies that we've made on the show. There's Miss Parker and Mr. Seagal. We also have Alan Cumming.
Who?
And the
We also
Hoover
have
Sorry, I don't-
damn.
the fucking Hoover Society. They
Sorry,
are
I see
good.
Sarah Jessica Parker, the Hoover Dam, the British flag, and Steven Seagal, and then a big blank spot in the middle of this fucking screen.
A fucking faceless ghost. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Matt can't see that one right there, but that
I
is
got
not
face
the one.
blindness.
That's not the one who he thinks about when he's coming. That would be Jim.
Yes.
So, and
Or
of course, the British-
this random dude's Twitter account that we won't mention.
Of course. Because this is a proper sentence, just so you know, Mr. Cumming. The British suck. And that is why they are on here, because we roasted them ruthlessly. But we have even more enemies. And these are the others. We have, of course, the Catholic Church. We've offended them on many occasions, especially with the Easter episode. We have Donald Trump, who Matt accused of murdering somebody a while back.
And then I pissed off Sir John Turturro
Yes, you had some very harsh words from Mr.
from the
Turturro at the
get-go.
beginning of
From the
show.
very get-go.
Jackson, I
You
think you
accused
offended
you-
Eric John Rosh.
And those words were sent. Can you believe back then I actually censored one of the jokes on this show? Like that was even a thing back then? Yeah, what Sam said in that episode, for those of you who don't know, is learn how to be a real Italian.
Oh, suck some dick.
And suck some cock. That stayed
Oh
in the
yeah,
episode.
specifically cock.
We have the Ford Motor Company who tried
we
to
all fucking
destroy
hate.
Bob. Say what?
We all hate the Ford Motor Company.
Exactly.
Fuck Ford. They're my Hoover Dam after what they did to Bob Kearns. Fuck them. And of course, Mr. Eric John Rush, who I personally despise on a deep level for giving us the miniseries The Spoils of Babylon, which apparently Matt still wants to defend.
Excuse you, 12-hour
Um,
epic. 12
Yeah,
hour
12-hour epic.
You still defending that one, Matt, after all this time?
Yep. I mean, it's still a classic. It's a masterpiece.
I'll never get it. But
I'm
to
Laura
each their-
Lenny, and this is Masterpiece Theater. Yeah, anytime I hear that, I need to say it.
That's fun. But we also have, guys, it's been a trend on this show. We've had many trends, and it's something that, maybe you could make fun of me for a little bit. There are a lot of ladies that I've thirsted over on this show. It's no secret. And these are just some of them. These are some of the biggest. Of course, we have Miss Aniston, who is my number one ride or die. There she is, getting her arm stuck in a vending machine in Mother's Day. We have Miss Famke Janssen, who just absolutely blew the top of my head open. And I'd like her to blow something else if
Which
she would
head?
like to, but, she doesn't have to in The Faculty. We got Judith Hoag as Gwen Cromwell up there, Salma Hayek, Demi Moore, Angela Bassett, who is my asset.
You should have put Elsu Monstro as instead of just
I
the
should have. That would have been perfect. Her putting the fucking earring on, that would have been
Yeah.
fucking great. But, my friends, there are even more. That's not just it. Because it's happened many times. There we got Miss Pam Grier, Miss Jessica Alba, Marissa Tomei, Kelly Preston, and Michelle Monaghan. Just so many fine ladies that we've had on this show that I just can't keep my comments to myself about. But if you can believe it, fellas, if you can believe it, there's even more.
Woo! Laura Graham.
Lauren Graham. That movie is the movie that made me kind of realize how fine she was. I'm not going to lie. Gloria Graham, who, call me Jamie Bell, bitch, because I'm trying to get up in that business.
I guess I was the one thirsting over Laurie Holden on that police cycle.
You want to fuck her on the bike. Yeah, that was your whole thing. But Michelle Yeoh, of course, in the heroic trio. Yeah. Laurie Holden, she holding my Laurie until I silver surf her. But also, not only do we have this, that's the end of me thirsting over people.
She bob on my crane until I Laurie her Holden.
God damn.
Glory my Holden till I silent on her hill.
There we go. Now we're connecting two movies that are the same.
These are the names
what the hell? Oh,
that Sam has forgotten.
Christ.
I was going to make.
I love the Jimmy Buffett because I forgot we talked about him for like 5 minutes and then brought him up immediately.
There's an asterisk on Jimmy Buffett because you technically
half the cast of Leprechaun 4.
You technically didn't forget Jimmy Buffett's name, but we had been talking about him for 10 minutes, and then you said that guy who played the science teacher, like we hadn't just talked about him for 10 goddamn minutes.
Oh, I forgot about Derek Luke.
Yep.
There's so many people.
Three Stooges. I love like some of the obvious ones, like the Three Stooges.
Yep. Michael Rooker was one that really surprised me when it happened. But yeah, I was going to make an actual video compilation, but I was so busy I didn't have the time, so I just put this together at the last minute.
Oh man.
I think it makes the point pretty clear.
That's a
Can you
great
see all of
list.
them? Or is it cut off?
No, it's all there.
I hope you're
Okay.
ready to start the second year's worth of memory forgotten things because I think I've forgotten at least 2 this episode.
At least this episode so far. So yeah, I will be keeping track.
Schwiger.
Yeah.
Schweiger.
So yeah,
That. Oh my god. Till
So-
Schweiger. Sorry,
Yes, there you
that's
go.
where you need to come back.
But that's so
What was
we got
John
mine.
Gallagher Jr.'s episode?
That was Pieces of April.
Pieces of April. Fuck. Yep. Okay.
Yes. So that's, we've poked fun at me. We've poked fun at Sam.
Oh,
These
boy.
are Matt's picks that I fucking hate. These are just some of the things that Matt
How can the Fall
We
Guy
started
count?
off
That
with
was the
hatred.
first one.
We started off with
from the
hatred.
Started off
fucking
on the
first
bad foot.
one you ever picked. I fucking hated. It set the tone right away. These are all the ones that I especially hated from you, sir. And yeah, I can say that we've had some fights.
I'm just trying to look because I'm like, I know there's three of these that I knew you're probably gonna hate, and then
Yeah,
the
I
other three were
remember
up in the air.
Onyx, you definitely did. I don't
Onyx,
know. Comet, I think you kind of warned me beforehand, but even
I wasn't
then,
sure I didn't think you were gonna hate it that much.
Oh man.
yeah. I think
Silver
that-
Linings, I was pretty surprised you hated that. Well,
Jackson, I will
I
be
kind of
honest
knew,
with
but
you.
I was like,
Well, if you had known that I hate David O. Russell, I don't think you would have been surprised. But
No
you didn't know
offense,
that,
Matt,
so.
but and also Jackson, I want to say, out of the 6 of these, honestly, Onyx the Fortuitous has grown on me the most.
I
I'll
can't get
take
with
it.
it.
That's not an offensive thing for me.
I can't get with it. Although I will say, I
Onyx
did say it.
Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls.
I did say it in that episode. Everything in that movie that has nothing to do with him, I appreciated. I just
You
couldn't
did say
stand
that.
him. And the jokes were fucking terrible, but yeah, because I like all the supporting characters were fun, and so he just was the most obnoxious goddamn. And I want to clarify this right now because this needs to be cleared up. In the Valentine's Day special, I said that Bradley Cooper's character was the most obnoxious character that we'd ever had on this show, and I put him over Onyx. And I want to clarify something. He is the most obnoxious character, but Onyx is the more obnoxious performance. So I just wanted to clarify that. So it didn't look like I was backtracking in any way. But now, my friends, we get to the point where we list. These are the ones that I don't like. And Matt, for the record, I just want to say, we like to joke about how all your picks piss me off. But if we're being honest, for everyone you've had that pissed me off, you've probably had like 4 or 5 that I fucking loved. So as fun as that running bit is, you've picked some of my favorite things on the show, which brings us to our top 10 favorites of the show. We each picked our top 10 favorite movies that we saw for the first time on the show, because I'm sure all of our lists would be very different if we were counting ones we had seen before. But these are Matt's, as you can see here. We got, this is a personal victory for me, Stand and Deliver at number 10. That makes me feel very good. We got Flash of Genius, Chimes at Midnight. That one makes me very happy.
Seconds makes utter sense because
Seconds
that movie
makes
is
utter
fucking
sense.
Amazing.
One False Move, The Brutalist, Onyx the Fortuitous. I can't believe that's that high, but whatever.
Because I feel like that one was the one where I had never seen it before, and we all had such an interesting conversation that I did not stop thinking about it for so long.
That was one of my favorite discussions in the earlier episodes for sure. That was a lot of fun. My memories of us just watching that movie and talking about it are very pleasant. Rolling Thunder, Stalker, and Once Upon a Time in America taking the top spot.
Wild, our Once Upon a Time special, the OG blow up.
The OG
That
blow
one I
up.
literally have been waiting for that movie to like see that movie for like years and years and years. So that just felt like one of
Yeah.
those big, huge payoffs.
But Matt, now that we have
Stand and
listed
Deliver, of course.
Yes, of course. But now that we've listed your top 10 favorites, is there anything that you'd like to follow up on that you didn't get to say in the episodes? Like anything about any of these picks that you want to get across?
Honestly, no. I mean, I feel like we talked a lot about him. It's just one of those things where I was kind of like thinking about like some of the movies like Flash of Genius and Flash of Genius was one of the bigger ones because Stand and Deliver was pretty recent. But where I was like, this movie, I really enjoyed watching it because this also was another, like Once Upon a Time in America, I knew I was going to watch at some point. Flash of Genius, I probably never would have thought to pick for this, like other than for this podcast.
When
and I
you
was so
told
happy
us
I did.
that story, that you put it in a fucking random
Random
generator, and that's how you came up with that, I couldn't believe that.
It was like, yeah, that was just luck. And I was just like, okay.
It was
so-
a flash of genius.
genius.
Even though
Yeah.
AI fucking sucks, pointing at you, the brutalist. Sorry. Gotta keep spreading misinformation, as is my fucking job on this podcast. Except for y'all tell the truth because y'all hate British people. And I've come to learn that. So,
100%. I
Yep.
was gonna say one false move kind of grew on me because I was not expecting it to be that rough, but I liked that it was like that rough. Even though I think in the podcast or during the time I was kind of critical of it. The more I've sat with that one false move, I was like, okay, bet.
I do need to bring up I was about to turn because of this to my shelf that I've been working on, and I'm going to spoil that for the audience. I have a shelf of DVDs I'm working on of movies I have, and One False Move is right in my eyesight, as well as Coral and a couple other things, and it's just like, God, I love those, that like era where we just like we hit our New Year special and then we just came into the year and I was like, we're gonna have a chill year, and then we just fucking started swinging with such good movies the whole second half of season one and into season two.
And really finding ourselves as a podcast too.
Exactly.
It was around that time that things kind of started to form. But yeah, these are all, I remember the seconds discussion, that episode was a goddamn train wreck, but that discussion was like one of the better ones we've had this season because I just remember were just so taken off guard by that movie. I mean, just, that was a lot of fun talking about that one. And I consider it a personal victory that I got Chimes of Midnight on here because I love to spread the good word of Orson Welles to everybody. And then now,
They'll love him when he's dead, but we love him now anyways.
of course, love him always.
He lives forever in our hearts.
And now we move on to Sam's.
Oh God.
We got The Brutalist at number 10. And then The Night of Counting the Years, Redbeard, He Who Gets Slapped, The Straight Story, The Fall, A Face in the Crowd, Seconds, Better Man, and Stalker.
God. Something I'll get into. He Who Gets Slapped. I have been writing music for this podcast for like a minute, but that was the greatest prompt I possibly could have ever have to write music for this show, because it was just like, oh yeah, now I need to make a silent film kind of like just goofy kind of like way, but I used older instruments, and then it taught me ways to play with the flute and all this kind of stuff. And whew, such a good goddamn movie. But the one I want to talk about, or you could say what.
Real quick before you say your thing, I just want to bring up you talking about the music you composed for that. I was rewatching that clip the other day of the intro from the Silent Special, and I legit forgot for a few seconds that you had composed that because it sounded like a real like silent score.
Yes.
And then it took me about 10 seconds to be like, oh my God, that's right. Sam composed this himself. So that, fantastic music.
I do need to bring up Better Man. That movie, out of everything we have ever shown, I think that movie has stuck with me in a way that I never would have expected in my life. Like I say that about some picks, but then they slowly kind of like drift away and I watch other stuff. But Better Man is something that always comes up. And it is something that just I love. And I'm so happy Matt picked that fucking movie. I'm pretty sure, wait, 1, 2, 3. Three of these are Matt's pick, but they're all in my top 5.
Yep. At least Better Man, Seconds, and Face in the Crowd for sure.
Yeah. And The Fall was something that I had heard about for years. I was not expecting to really enjoy, but then once you see that silhouette of the keyhole that turns into the whole thing from the other direction, that movie fucking slaps. And I'm really excited because Stalker is fucking amazing, but I am so excited for not this pick this next week, but the week after, because I have a movie that I think rivals it, and I'm here for it. So.
God damn, that's saying a lot. But I may have a movie from the same director coming soon.
Yes.
So
indeed,
we'll see. That will probably be next week. But
also, one of my favorite jokes was my transition into the straight story.
Yes, one of your all-time best jokes.
I had planned that, and then I was like, I'm not gonna do it, and then the moment just fucking hit me, and you can kind of see it in my eyes, and then I start getting ready, and then I grab like my cowboy hat and pull it over. You can just see it working as you watch that episode in my brain.
You like, throwing okay. The rainbow thing was funny enough, but then you putting the cowboy hat on just made it so much better.
And exposing what I had hidden underneath the robe.
Yeah, it was fucking great. I also have to say, I'll add to Better Man. That may be the most surprised I've ever been on this show. Like how much I love that movie when I just could not have given less of a shit about it. So thank you for picking that one, Matt. Because that was a big surprise. I also am happy that Redbeard is on here.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Yeah.
It really kind of
Um,
reignited a Kurosawa kick that I have always had, but just never, it was dormant. And this kind of kicked in that I watched like four of his movies, and I'm just like, God, what the fuck? This man is the shit. So,
yeah. Um, and now we move on to my top 10. We got the nine of counting the years. We got He Who Gets Slapped, The Fall, A Face in the Crowd, The Faculty, The Straight Story, Strange
woo!
Days, Once
Hell
Upon a Time
yeah.
in America, Stalker, and Redbeard.
Hell yeah.
I did not
I,
expect the faculty to hit this list so hard. So
Neither did I. I was
I'm
like, the
happy
faculty
about
threw me
that.
off.
I knew as soon as I saw that movie, I think I even said it in the episode. I was like, this is a top 10 all-time favorite podcast movie for me. I love that movie so goddamn much. I can't even
And
tell
I do
you.
need to stress, I am so happy I was with you when you watched Strange Days because like
That was a great night. That was a great night.
nothing beats like it's one thing that we watch these movies and talk about them and bond over them, but like when you're able, no offense, Matt, I'll get to you soon
Well, I know, I was about
in
to
less
say.
than a year's time. But like when you watch one of these movies with one of the other persons, you just it fucking hits.
And you're just making really fucked up jokes the whole time.
Exactly, exactly.
Um, and just yeah, and it was funny too, because like I loved watching that with you, and that was a lot of fun. But I also felt like I kept my feelings about it a little too close to the chest at first, because that's what I usually like to do. Because I remember like right before we went to sleep, I was like, I guess I should tell you, because I hadn't said anything yet. I was like, I really love that movie a lot.
Not
And
to
then we
I
got on
mean,
the podcast, and I said it was one of my favorites. So
not to necessarily get into my personal problems in life, but that day when we watched that was one of the hardest days I've had to deal with this whole year. And it was also one of the most amazing experiences because we filmed so much that day. And then getting hit with what happened was hard, but then I detached from reality and we did our thing. And it just, I needed it. And I
yeah.
really appreciate that whole
Was
experience.
that wasn't the day that happened though, right?
It was the first day, wasn't it?
Was it really?
Yeah, it was the
I thought
first
it was like the
day, and
second
then
or
we
third
recorded the
day.
second, and then the third day we watched
A Man for All Seasons, that's
Man for All
right.
Seasons, and
God
that movie
damn,
also
wow.
fucking hits.
I didn't realize that was the very first night. Wow. But yeah, that was a very, again, just like that's what movies do. They take your mind off of shit. And we were just sitting there making our fucked up jokes and just having a fun time with it and just getting sucked. I mean, you had seen it already, but still just like getting sucked into the narrative and everything. That movie is a fucking masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. I cannot tell you how much I
Sorry,
love it.
full circle. Y'all see the trailer for the Catherine Bigelow movie?
Guys, I'm gonna pick that goddamn movie for this show. You wait. I cannot.
Oh yeah.
That is my
I'm
most
excited.
anticipated movie for the rest of the fucking year. I am so excited.
Well, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. My pick next week is Point Break because it's fucking time. It is
Yes!
time.
It's time.
I
I just
love
rewatched
that.
that recently too, so that's gonna be a good one to talk about.
Okay, well, we need to go buy President Masks right now. I'm not kidding.
Yes.
We are doing that bit for the show.
I want to call Nixon, but I'm gonna let y'all get the chance to do Nixon because if I do JFK, I'm gonna fucking add blood and other fucking shit that I can't actually do.
I'm doing Barack Obama.
You have to, yes, that's it.
That wouldn't be bad.
Reprising my
Now
role as
I'm either
Mr.
doing
Jenkins.
now I'm either doing Bush or I'm doing Biden.
Okay, then I get Nixon. I'm Nixon all the way.
Okay. Well,
Unless if I do
work
Clinton.
we'll work that out. Yeah, maybe I'll do
Shit,
Clinton.
I got a
We'll
week.
see.
Okay, I'm gonna
But-
express Amazon ship my fucking Nixon mask.
Yes.
Oh wait,
But I did.
Spirit Halloween is open now. I'm fine.
There you go. Good timing.
Yeah, I'm fine.
But I also just want to say, as far as your picks on here, The Fall, Sam, I can't thank you enough for picking that movie. That movie absolutely goddamn destroyed me when I watched it. I was like just on the verge of tears throughout that entire movie. It was so fucking heartbreaking and I loved it. A Face in the Crowd, Matt, I can't thank you enough for picking that one. First of all, the movie was a masterpiece and I just loved every second of it. But I love how Lonesome Rhodes has kind of become a recurring bit on this podcast. We've referenced him numerous times since then. One of my favorite moments in recent memory is you going full Lonesome Rhodes in the Comet episode. I don't know what you're talking about, son. That was hilarious. But and then Once Upon a Time in America, funny enough, I rewatched that movie today because
Wow.
that was half of my day today was rewatching that movie because the first time we saw it, I just
Yesterday.
I noticed that this time.
So far away.
I didn't catch that I remember you guys mentioning it, but I didn't see. And then I saw it this time, and I'm like, God damn, there it is, clear as day. Yeah, they do yesterday. In
Clear
that
as
movie.
yesterday, you mean?
It's fucking exactly. But yeah, I watched it today because I made a point. I was like, I need to see that before I do my top 10. Because the first time I saw it, I really liked it, but it was the first 40 minutes and the last 20 minutes were so disorienting. I just could not follow it. It was so just
No, I get it. I get it. Everything before the first rape doesn't matter. Everything after the last rape doesn't matter. Sorry.
That's what Jackson
That's what
mixed up as the first.
That's when he locked in and that's when he checked out. Sorry.
You're talking to the man who picked the Flowers of War here.
Yeah.
But you're also the one who picked the Born Losers. So, but
I
and then
picked
you're the
this.
one who picked this.
Fair.
Yes, we've all had one very rapey
Fair.
movie at least on here. But
least.
watching that scene again was fucking brutal. But especially when you know it's coming and you're just anxious about it coming. But don't you say it, Sam? I swear to God. I see that look on your face.
Keep my mouth
But
shut. Keep your mouth shut. Rule number 1.
But no, I knew that if I saw it again and I had the full context having seen it the first time, that I'd like it more. Not only did I like it more, I'm just gonna do a mini like redo of my Once Upon a Time in America thing here. That movie is a goddamn fucking masterpiece. Like watching it again today, I'm like every second of this goddamn movie is beautiful. There's so many things I did not notice the first time I saw it. So many things. Like not only because I have the full context now, but even besides that, just little things that just like fuck, like the attention to detail in that movie is fucking amazing. So yeah, it got bumped up quite a bit. And then Stalker was just a work of art. Sam, that's the best thing you've chosen for the show. So thank you very much for that. I'll never forget watching
I
that.
still can't find my copy. That is the only movie on my shelf that I own. I know I own. I would have
love
that movie.
I would love
cannot
to
find it.
own
I
a
can't find
copy
it.
of that movie because fucking hell. I mean, life-changing experience watching that movie. And now, my friends, there is only one thing left. Well, two things left to do. Sam has something that he's going to show us in a second. But before then, I have a bombshell that will rock the 3 for 3 podcast. My friends, this podcast will never be the same after this moment. I want you to take this in because we will never, ever be the same.
4
After
hours
I
almost
reveal.
into recording.
Say what?
We're almost 4 hours into recording tonight, and I am ready to have my brain broken.
Get ready, boys, because a friend of ours, who you may know, Mr. Steve Lass.
Oh, that motherfucker.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
He has obtained an exclusive audio clip of Mr. Matthew Patterson. The thing that he said all the way back in season 1 that we never heard, that we knew he said, but we never heard.
This is
finally-
a betrayal of the likes that nobody has ever seen.
And I am going to play it for you now. Mr. Lass has given it to us. This is
I'll grant you
revenge for you kicking him out of his house after he helped you turn back from Iraq. You ready, Sam?
Exactly.
Ready, Matt? This is going to blow your minds.
What has he got?
Alright, guys. I'm finally gonna tell you. Spoils of Babylon did not age that well. It was not that funny. I don't think I really laughed once. I'm just doing it for the bit. I
Matt.
gotta let you guys know.
Jesus
it's been weighing
Christ.
on me for forever. But I'm only saying this because we're not recording. Right?
God damn it.
So there you have it,
God
folks.
You
fucking damn it.
two-faced
I can't believe they
bitch.
got that.
You two-faced little
That is some
fucking
bullshit.
twat.
There
I
you
don't
have
know
it, folks.
who. I don't know how
I
he
don't
got
think I can
that.
trust whatever your pick is next week. I might not even like it now just because I know you're a fucking
Fuck.
two-faced lying bitch.
There you have it, folks.
Now we know what I said, apparently.
Matthew Patterson is not only a liar, but once and for all, he has acknowledged Spoils of Babylon ain't shit.
Well, I guess
There
we
you
can
have
put
it.
this one to rest now.
I would like to thank Mr. Steve Lass for giving that to me.
His extremely professional, political, and I must stress political, journalism is most important. Marissa Tomei thought she had the Riz. I brought up the Riz before earlier this episode, but she thought she had it. Steve Lass,
He's got
Steve
it.
he
Lass is
stroked
gonna
and
get
he
strangled.
choked, and he got that audio clip.
So there you have it, folks.
But you know what?
Dropping all kinds of bombshells. The 3 for 3 podcast has now irrevocably been changed forever.
Forever.
Fuck.
Ain't no doubt about it.
What can I say?
Yeah.
We got all kinds of things going on.
I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna move past this one.
Well, now there's only one thing left to do. At long last, we come to the end of our 1-year anniversary special, where now
I
we
was
have a
3 for 3.
presentation.
I hope y'all are.
Yeah, I think we were definitely 3 for 3. I mean, I had mixed feelings about Synecdoche, New York, but I did enjoy it overall. So I was definitely 3 for 3. Matt, were you 3 for 3?
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. I knew I was gonna be 3 for 3 going into this week.
I'm happy that for the 1 year we're all 3 for 3.
It's
That's a
both
good thing.
The 1 year, it's the triple trifecta. The 1 year special, the favorite special, and the prison special. Even though he wasn't in a prison, he was in the prison of the mind, as we've said. So
that's exactly right.
And what do you find out when you're fucking stuck in prison? Oh, apparently I had a gay lover and it left my wife and abandoned my child. So what's real?
Exactly. That's a good little 10-second synopsis of the movie, to be honest.
Well, I'll share my screen. We'll get this ball rolling.
Oh yes.
If you don't like
we
the
have
music,
we have put together a little compilation of our best moments, our most iconic moments from the first season. And I want to say before we start this, thank you to everybody who has supported us on this 1-year journey. Thank you to everybody who has watched, who has liked, who has subscribed. Thank you to Ravenger93, who has been our most loyal fan from the start. Your comment on the last episode goddamn floored me. I was sitting in my car last night and I fucking died. And he pays attention, can I just say, because that is a deep cut reference to the 420 episode when Bob Saget was talking about sucking dick for coke and Half Baked. I was like, how does he remember that? That's crazy.
it's insane because I didn't even bring it up today. But people at my job, someone looked at me and was like, Bob Saget was a piece of shit freak, right? And I was like, well, I mean, he sucked dick for coke. And then everyone was like, yeah, he was sucking dick for coke. And they were all like, wait, what? He did that? And then he didn't know. And I was like, you got to watch Half Baked. He admits it. Yeah. And that's a scene that's not even a joke. He straight up just admitted his real life problems.
There you go.
So
there you have it. But thank you to all of us. Thank you to all of you. And now we share with you this compilation. Take it away, Sam. We have 3 very different movies to talk about. And I would say that we should start with, you know what? I think we'll start with Sam's pick first. Let's go with One False Move.
Okay.
Take it away, my good sir.
Well, picture this. Picture this. Picture this.
As Sam always says, picture this. Picture this. Picture this if you can. Picture this.
Picture this.
Picture this.
Picture this.
Picture this.
Well, I do just want to say welcome back, you two dumb motherfuckers. That y'all had a good little break from the slew of movies and that y'all have seen something that is worth a dime.
The hallucinations are really starting to kick in.
Are they real? I need a beer and maybe. Oh my God! God damn it! There's a fucking reptile zoo in here, and somebody's giving Paul Masson to these things. Jesus Christ! You know what Bob Kern said? Fuck the big three. There's just the big me.
Really? So let me put it to you this way, cuz.
Pope.
I have arrived, my subjects, because I wish to welcome you all to this latest edition of the 3 for 3 podcast. You were born in this shit.
Yeah, I was born Catholic. I baptized, all that good shit.
You
So.
adopted the Christ. I was molded by it.
I'm the bane of Christianity. In more ways than one.
In more ways than one.
Beware, you foolish mortals. Your co-host, Mr. Workman, will not be joining us this week, for I have destroyed him for all time. This week, ladies and gentlemen, and two foolish hosts, this episode will be hosted by none other than the one and only Doom!
What do I have for y'all today? Oh, that's not gonna pop up.
Are you drinking paint today, Sam?
I'm drinking paint today. It's not gonna pop up. I'm drinking
Sam is
paint.
gonna drink paint live on the podcast.
We have to rename this 2 for 2 after this.
Apparently, oh.
God, some dripped in. Alright, I actually drank paint.
Marston's an asshole. Like, fuck you, Dad, for giving me a BMW convertible. It's red. How could you give me a car that's red, you piece of shit? Like, fuck you, you brat. You got a BMW convertible. You don't like that he put his catchphrase on the license plate? Change the fucking license plate.
You could also get it repainted too if you.
Exactly.
Jackson, if I see you in the goddamn streets, or if I meet anyone named Jackson that mentions this movie, or watching this movie, or the potential thought of them mentioning this goddamn movie, I will punch them in the goddamn mouth, because I was not about this movie. I will never be about this movie. This movie has. You can go, Matt, because
I was gonna agree with you. I was gonna say, and let it be known, by the way, that Jackson has not favored some of our picks the past few weeks, and I just want to say one of them I have not seen. The other one I think is a fair chance. You knew this one was shit. You knew this one was shit. So,
you knew.
I
applied and we cried.
Top of the morning to you, lads and lasses. Welcome to this week's edition of 3 for 3. This is our St. Patrick's Day special, and we are very thankful to all of you for joining us this week.
Wow, Sam finally made it back to his house.
And what does he? Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh man, the ham is so good. But like, I lost my brother. His name was Charles, and he went into the dock. And the dock is the fucking packages for Thanksgiving.
Now show us the pigtail butt plug.
Oh, I got the tail blood plug. Just you wait. It's a little squiggly tail.
All right, everyone say it with us. Everyone send us all your Christmas spirit so that we can help miniature Matthew walk again.
Well, what
Dan, you got to give him Christmas spirit. Come on.
I'm feeling something.
Can it be? Can it be? It's a Christmas miracle!
He dropped to the floor.
The one movie that I was talking about earlier, Albert Brooks's Mother. Not to be confused with Darren Aronofsky's Mother!
You changed your pick, Matt, at the last minute, so I have a few things to say to you, bitch.
And you're dead. Don't threaten me. Fuck that, it's a promise. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, I'm gonna hunt you down. I'm gonna hunt you down, and then I'm gonna slit your throat. And then I'm gonna cut you open, and then I'm gonna eat your motherfucking heart! You better pray! Johnny, you better fucking pray that the cops find you before I do! Get on your cock, sucking knees, and pray!
The fact that Alan goddamn fucking comes.
That's right.
I forgot about him. I don't think about him in this movie. He doesn't exist. That fucking fuck. We're talking about fuckers and the fuckery of all fucking bull fucking shit. We're talking about that goddamn man right there, whose last name is my fucking sperm coming all over his goddamn Twitter account. That stupid fuck.
Boy, what do you have to do with martial arts? Are you gonna stop the Chinese, the Japanese, Taiwanese? We're all together, one student of life.
Not one of you is worth a goddamn hair on that good woman's head. Jeez, what is this shit?
Well, we have celebrated our fathers just as well as we celebrate.
Oh, yeah, smart guy. You're just gonna move on like it's no big deal.
Yes.
Yes. That's what I've got for co-hosts. Jesus freaks and candy asses.
This is what the podcast has come to.
No help will arrive, I'm afraid. None whatsoever.
This is Jackson Workman on thin ice. And what's that? There's somebody behind Jackson. I don't know who it might be. Oh no, it's the killer himself, Alec Baldwin.
Oh my god.
And he's saying, if you don't choose state and Maine next, I'm gonna shoot you with this gun. Definitely loaded with blank and absolutely no other type of ammunition.
I was caught off guard by Rosario Dawson. I could not say that right. Rosario Dawson.
I did not, and I repeat, I did not sexually harass Mary Jane.
Jesus. Do you or do you not deny kissing her upside down on the street?
I deny it full-heartedly until the very end at Harry Osborn's funeral, where he deserved to have me kiss his son's boo.
So the last thing I wrote for this movie, until for some reason I just stopped taking notes because I thought it was somebody else. I said, dumb old bitch up on the rocks with an umbrella. What did you think was going to happen? And then I wrote the quote, Benjamin Franklin, what Benjamin Franklin had on the end of that kite? A key. And yeah, he caught lightning in a bottle. What did you have, bitch? Nothing. You know what they say, grippy socks, grippy box.
Damn, Matt. I can't beat that. I was literally going to say, that's just women hysteria, that, as they put it. But
it all, I have to say, Matt, first of all, you said that they're just two dicks. So at the end, when Naomi Watts, at the you cocksucker, you just stole it from me. You son of a fucking bitch. You just ruined the fucking punchline.
I'm sorry.
So when Naomi Watts flags them down at the end, would you say they're two dicks in a car? Thank you, Sam. Matt,
she did.
Matt, your words are going to come back to haunt you today because of the season 2 premiere of this show. You said, and I quote, about state and Maine, nobody talks like that. It's a figure of David Mamet's imagination. Well, sir, nobody in the goddamn universe or any parallel universe that exists talks like this. I can assure you of that. Every other person, I don't know who the hell they are.
Jackson, they're porn stars.
You're fucking lying, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I was pretty confused. She's like, now you're gonna die. I was like, wait, why? And then they have to explain it like immediately after that. It's like, yeah, on her alien planet that you know like so little about other than like the stones and that she's a princess and whatever else. It's like, yeah, when a princess shows you her tits, you die.
He fucks a moose in that one, doesn't he?
He does a lot of stuff in that one.
Yeah.
Especially man.
A lot of stuff to Drew Barrymore.
But
Did you just say?
A lot of stuff to Drew Barrymore, which already happened to her before Tom Green showed up in her life.
Jesus Christ.
You can blast them away with a shotgun. They're little balls rolling around. They just fucking eat shit. They're like cute a little bit. They're kind of cute, but they're also a little fucked up. And you just want to take a bat and you just want to bam, bam. But you can't just go into a maternity ward and with a baseball bat or a shotgun.
Matt, I have a question for you. Why do you do it? Why do you hate me so much?
How do you hate this movie? No.
Why do you do it to me?
This one's way.
Do you enjoy hurting me?
Ride, dude. This is not like a. Did you expect stand-in to? This is like not opposite of stand-in.
It's a simple question. It's a simple question.
How do you hate this movie?
Stared deeply into the bedroom of the Oppenheimer house, hitting my vape pen, imagining Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt going at it in character, while John Krasinski watches from the door out of character. And then I said, Krasinski would be fine. Cillian would only be plowing Florence Pugh, not Emily. To which Matt replied, in a text that made me die with laughter, Oppenheimer house reserved only for Oppenheimer sex. If I wanted to imagine that skank defiling one of our nation's greatest heroes, I'd go to the local motel.
I find it hilarious.
Yes, there is one thing I need to mention that we have not mentioned.
Oh.
I'm gonna take a 3-piece with the boss sauce and some macaroni and cheese and a side of potatoes. Mess up Popeyes in this goddamn movie. Can we bring up Popeyes for a second?
Jackson, hello. This is Malcolm McDowell. I know it's crazy, and I know I look a bit older than I was in 1970 when I made A Clockwork Orange, but hey, who's counting?
Makes me want to rosin up my bow.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Right. All right. We don't care about your goddamn martial arts, as fake as it goddamn is. We don't care about your ties to Russia because you are a war criminal, you are a coward, you are a fascist, you are a absolute piece of trash.
Now I'm Kurt Russell in Tombstone. You called down the thunder, well now you got it. You wanted to talk about this, we're gonna talk about the spoils of Babylon. This was one of the most fucking horrible and insufferable pieces of media I have ever had the brutal misfortune to watch in my entire fucking life. I hated every single solitary second of this fucking show. I do not know how I was able to finish it. I was in like searing pain. It was so fucking unfunny and terrible. My time was not just wasted, it was murdered brutally.
I don't need to get into it. I know I opened that can of worms, but we don't need to get into it.
As I say, you open the can of worms.
I didn't just open the can of worms. I threw that can so hard against the ground it exploded everywhere.
Yeah.
Let me just start with this picture. You're Henry Fonda.
Hold on. Matt, you can't just fucking take me off guard like that.
Shine the light in my eyes. No! Don't! Stop it!
Matt,
I am telekinetic.
if you trip on a rock and crack your head open, I'm gonna laugh super
Me too.
because that is dumb as fuck.
Funniest actor getting a cancer treatment, or not treatment, cancer diagnosis, and he's just like, oh man, that's terrible.
I was gonna
Billy
say,
Joel
I didn't ask my followers to go on a march with me. I asked
Martin Luther
them.
King did.
I asked, "Yo, is it March B?" And that was where.
I think we're there.
Oh my god.
Sorry guys, I know we were a bit late, but I got really caught up. So I'm gonna looking nice, and I'm gonna put this candle away.
All right, I might get canceled for this, but on to the straight story. Let's get this show on the road, okay?
No, we're all agreeing British people are just gross. I'll say it. I'll say it. If we all can't, I'll agree. Oh shit, we got 2 minutes and 33 seconds.
That's the actual one.
We got Sarah Jessica Parker, who is quickly becoming public enemy number 1 on this podcast. She's gonna come out.
Show your tits.
Hey.
You can draw them from memory.
Jackson, I have a question for you.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen The Scent of a Woman?
Yes.
Okay, but have you seen Scent of Woman on weed?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you, I put some thought into a lot of shit this episode. Speaking of, I can't enjoy any one of the movies I watched. You know why? Because of the comet-sized hemorrhoid kissing my f***ing asshole right now! That has made everything unbearable! For the last 3 goddamn days! Yeah! You know what? It sucks! I feel I'm gonna call it Justin Long, because it feels good when you don't put any pressure on it. Okay. And this movie, Comet, is kind of like a case of hemorrhoids, if you're Emmy Rossum, because Justin Long is a big pain in the fucking ass! And he keeps coming back!
The water horse is like John Wayne. He died with 10 pounds of undigested red meat in his ass.
Water horse, unfortunately.
Treat these babies like they're nothing.
Baby snatching in China be real, yo. To paraphrase the text Sam sent me. Come on. Sam, what's Matt doing? He's transforming.
You're gonna riot because this is Joker level incitement coming from Andy Griffith. He's sitting there like this, and the audience is like, "We're gonna burn mattresses in the streets." And you know what? Fuck them. Burn the mattresses. You know why? Andy Griffith is right. Fuck those people. Only softies sleep in the goddamn bed.
See, you know what this movie should have turned into? It should have turned it into Political Chasing Amy. They're just like, do we fuck now? That's like the end of the movie. Just them sitting there.
I'm never going to look at this movie the same way now that you said that. That's exactly what this should have been, was just political chasing Amy.
Chasing Fong.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. First I was like, oh, okay, so this is just, they wanted the pointless boob shot in the movie. That's why they're doing this. And then, like, they change from her to Eddie Deason. And I'm like, you're still doing this bit?
Always a point to a boob shot, Jackson. I'm sorry.
Yes, but...
There's always a point to a boob shot.
But what I'm going to say is...
You know what the point is?
What?
The titty.
Yeah, the evolution, seriously. Now every time I watch these movies, I was watching these last night, looking at Gwen and just being like, God, fucking bless, just like, ruin my life, like, honestly. Just give me emotional damage, I don't care, I'll take it.
Cut this off. The last words I have to say about Carnival of Souls: fuck the Hoover Dam and fuck anything that involves American systems involving the Hoover Dam.
Are you a part of a friendship with a man who just bullies the shit out of you?
Welcome to the party, bitch. Welcome to the party, bitch.
Yeah, and you just do whatever he says, and it's just fucking weird as hell. We have the movie for you, Sam Howler's Pick, Bully by Larry Clark. Take it away, Sam. Fucker.
For the most part, again, it wasn't like one of those movies where I was like angry at it. I was mostly just bored out of my mind for most of it. Aside from those like...
You know what this movie doesn't have, Jackson?
What?
Rape. You know what I thought this was supposed to be? The no rape special.
You got me on that one.
All I have to ask is, would you guys like a smoke and a pancake?
Cigarette and a flapjack, cigar and a waffle, pipe and a grape, bong and a mince. No, okay.
Fuck Onyx the Fortuitous and his dumbass voice and beaver-looking face. Fuck Bradley Cooper's obnoxious fucking ass, looking for his wedding photos and stalking his ex-wife. Fuck Warwick and Hillary Duff's annoying ass voice. And fuck you, Matt, for always picking shit that I hate and always having funnier jokes than me. Fuck you, Sam, for hating so many picks in a row and always giving me bid envy. No, fuck you, Jackson. You talk too much on this show. You picked Amelia Perez, and you picked 9. You dumb fuck.
Did they sound you?
Oh, that's the forbidden one that the loincloth covers, okay?
See, that's the nail they don't talk about. That's the nail they don't
That's the
talk
fourth nail.
Is
The,
the one
the
of the
Father, the Son, and the
that's
Holy
why they
Ghost.
call it a
See,
foreskin.
They don't tell you about the Son. Jesus
no-
Christ is the Son, and they don't tell you about him. They give you
They
the
don't
Father.
tell you about the.
they
You know,
give you
that's
the
why they
Holy
call it a
Ghost.
foreskin, because there was 1, 2, 3 nails, but there was the one they don't talk about, the fourth nail in the foreskin.
I don't know if we've ever had a more completely off the rails conversation in the history of this show.
Wait! Jesus, you gotta tell us, when you were hanging dong on the cross, were you circumcised yet, or did they do that after they put you in the tomb? Where did this?
Well,
Where did that take
little
place?
do you know, the recovery time of my circumcision took 3 days, and that's why I finally came out on the 3rd day.
No, so they hung dong, and they'd already circumcised you, so everyone thought like, man, I need a fire helmet right now.
Oh, I can't believe Jackson had to walk out. It's because he never cleaned his own circum.
He's never cleaned the foreskin, and so it's all
What the
dirty.
actual fuck is going on right now? What is this fucking madness that is happening right now?
Dirty
I feel like I'm in
foreskin.
a fucking fever dream right now. If anyone at home can decipher. I want you to notice this is the longest I've ever gone on this podcast without speaking before. It's been about 7 minutes straight. If anyone at home can decipher this fucking madness that's been going on the last 10 minutes. You know something? I think it's fitting that the 420 episode is a little off the rails. Honestly.
I was gonna say.
I think we can get away with it.
Can we call it the foreskin 20 episode?
I'm fucking done. I'm hitting the eject button on this fucking episode.
It's our season 2 era, bros. It's the 2 balls that support
Two balls that support the shaft, and the shaft is the host. So you gotta have.
There's every damn subscriber.
I'm supported by my 2 hosts.
We're supportive. We're the balls under the shaft.
Oh my god.
Much like Peter O'Toole, those 3 bastards ain't getting dumped because we are stuck with you for life, bitch.
That's right, baby.
Amen.
And we are
So there you
stuck.
have it.
And now we're here.
Yes. That's been our journey so far. And now we're here.
It's really good. The music definitely added a lot to it.
Yeah. I like the new stuff and the medley of old stuff. I think it was a good combination.
The rendition, the orchestral rendition of the theme and everything really kind of, I think, helped the last half just push.
Made it more epic as we got to the end of it. It was nice. But yeah, so we've had a lot of great moments. Hopefully we'll have a lot of great more in our second year. We're almost done with season 2. We've only got a few episodes left. And then it's on to season 3. And again,
y'all ain't ready.
Oh no, y'all ain't ready for what we got coming. The season 2 finale, that really will be my death. I will be dead before we record it. So you have 2 episodes left for me to be alive, and then I'll be coming to you from the beyond after that. But
So next week is
next week, yeah, it's TBD, I guess. But I've thanked the audience, I've thanked everybody. Now I must thank the two of you. I've been happy to do this show, so happy to do this show for the last year with you guys. I wouldn't do it with anybody else. That's the God's honest truth. And just on a personal note, when we started doing this show, I was in pretty much, not pretty much, I was definitely in the roughest, darkest time I've ever been in my life. And doing this show really helped me deal with that. And I've gotten out of that since then. And it's just been a lot of fun doing it since. And, I hope we do it for a lot more years to come because it's a lot of fun and I love doing it. And
Insane. We have 50
yeah,
episodes already out.
this is our 51st. Can you believe that?
That's
52
technically
weeks in a year.
153 movies, not including the 4-stick special, the remake special, and like
Yeah.
and whatnot. So like,
And the SNL episode.
yeah, so
Yep.
like, we've been doing stuff.
We're
spreading
yeah.
the good word.
It's been a lot of fun. And, I'm excited to round out season 2, even though the finale will kill me. I'm excited to go into season 3. I've already got a lot of stuff lined up that I want to pick that I'm going to be excited to talk about. I'm excited to see what else you guys have got.
I'm just gonna straight up say I had a whole theme where I was gonna do the alphabet, where I pick a movie each episode that's a different letter of the alphabet without y'all noticing and see if y'all notice. But now I have too many G's and too many L's I want to watch next season, so it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Never a bad thing to have too many G's, but might be a bad thing to have a couple of L's.
Couple L's. Exactly.
Amen to that. But all right, well, I guess that's it for this episode. I guess that's it for our 1 year special. Like and subscribe, do all that shit. This is going to be a fucking long one. I can tell you that right now.
We've been recording for almost 4 hours. I would
Yeah.
say now at this point we're just about to hit 4 hours.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah,
So,
last time I checked, it was 11:20. So
yeah,
that's crazy.
we started at like 10:30 or something like that. It's 2:30.
Our time, last time was 8:30. So if he's hitting,
Yeah, it's 12:26 on my end.
Oh yeah, where you are, yeah. So,
Yep.
All right, well,
2 hours and 26 minutes on our time.
well, peace out, everybody. Thanks
Thank
for
you for
watching.
It's been a 3 for 3, and I'm 3 for 3. So
I'm 3 for 3. Hopefully, by this time next year we'll have grown even more. Well, let's see where we're at.
Global domination, baby.
keep on
World peace.
global hatred.
Yes.
World peace will
Global
be
hate-
achieved by the end
Through
of season
global
3
hatred.
through global hatred. So
That is our mission, our goal, our mission statement.
fuck yeah.
Amen.